no strangers to scandal.
Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Those hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie here.
Controversial team.
Comment
Profanity-laced Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag. The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
We gotta completely take down regular radio. We gotta fucking just destroy it.
I want it like it was, where, you know, language was realistic and raw.
Destroy it.
Sexual content is realistic, and just fucking people reacting with people is realistic.
Sit the fuck back.
I'm being a trumpeter.
I got a catchy name. Shit radio.
All right, we hit a low here.
We have contact. Oh my God, Jimmy's face is all over her pussy.
Whoa, look at how small my butthole is.
That's funny. This is shit radio.
And it fucking stinks. It stinks.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it.
Hey, look, we're broadcasting again. Hey, look. Jesus.
Yeah, probably. Not probably. That's the only thing that sucks about this job. Is that you have to do it again.
Now do it again.
And you have to do it again right away. It's the only thing that really sucks about what we do.
Yeah.
We know that we had a great show yesterday.
It was great.
We just know it. We
Ozzy.
We know when we suck. We know when we're great. So you don't really have to tell us either way, to be honest. But we do like when you say how great we are. And then you kind of sleep on it, and now it doesn't matter. Now we got to do it again.
That was in the past.
How the fuck are we going to top yesterday's Ozzy Osbourne show?
That was in the past. We now are in the present.
I want to thank everybody who said that our interview wasn't forced. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, because we don't force things. We just hang and just go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was just great with Ozzy Osbourne yesterday. I told Anthony.
Jimmy, Florentine, having him in there, because Florentine just knows fucking metal, knows rock.
Yeah. With that voice of Florentine.
Florentine's voice.
He dumps and chews.
It was just, what a great time with Ozzy.
It was phenomenal, man.
Fun, man.
No secrets here, so I told Anthony before the show, I think Jimmy has multiple personalities.
Oh, my God, yeah, we were talking about
I'm like, I'm convinced that, look, we all have issues. Let's start right there. I understand that. I go, but I think Jimmy might have multiple personalities. Because I'm editing the video that I got on my flip. And you're just a different guy in front of Ozzy.
Really?
You're just a very different guy.
Yeah.
You're not bad. I mean, you did great. You were getting your laughs out and stuff, but you're just different in front of Ozzy.
When
I told Anthony,
I'm
like, I don't know this guy. I was looking on my little HD flip last night when I was editing.
You know what it is? All the entire week, I guess, or whenever you got the book before Ozzy came in, you're reading through it, laughing, marking the pages with the little Post-it notes and everything. And then when Ozzy came in, you're ready for like a goddamn CNN interview with Ozzy. You do get a little tripped up when Ozzy comes in.
I get very tripped up.
You look almost like Mike Wallace. You had all your papers in front of you.
All your notes, you're just
these are
ready
the
to
important
rock
questions
with
I got to ask.
And then Ozzy sits down and you're, I'm Mr. Marshall.
Well, I know that's going to happen, so I have to have notes.
Yeah.
I know I have to have notes.
But what's weird is
it's adorable.
Anyone else that comes in, it's not the same person.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Ventura, you're ready to punch him in the face. It's just. It only happens with Ozzy and Gene Simmons, I think. I can't think of another guy it happens
with. It's Luca Brasi going to the Don to tell him he hopes his grandchild's a masculine.
May your first book be a best-selling book.
Not that it was bad. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's just...
you are the number one authority on Ozzy information, because that's what's good is Jimmy's the guy going hey Ozzy, this back in fucking 75 when you did this and that, this stuff.
Oh yeah,
and it brings that out in him. But it's like, You are so focused on Ozzy. It's hysterical. It's hysterical.
It doesn't help
You're
that
a child.
It doesn't help that Jimmy has to sit probably 6 inches away from him, too.
Oh, I know. It's the best.
That's one thing people like about the videos we post. They go, wow, I didn't realize like Jimmy has to sit so close to the guest. Yeah. Jimmy will turn to ask a question, and it could pretty much tell if the guy has bad breath or not.
Well, Ozzy kept, every time he would, like, if he would answer me, a lot of times he would kind of, like, lean back in his chair.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I realized
just to get some
focus. Yeah, like, and we're talking, we're very
just
close.
To get, I mean, I know SiriusXM did the best they can, but, you know, the studio's just not, you know, it could be way better. Like, there's not enough room in here for what we do.
I actually liked it yesterday. I liked the video, too, because from Opie's perspective, you can see Ozzy, and then you can see the rose, and then you can see me, almost as if a rose were placed.
Well, a rose were strategically placed between you and Oz.
Well, that's the next point I'm going to make. The video up on my YouTube channel. It looks
good, man.
Opie Radio, but I guess we're doing a product placement officially. Man, I got beat up. I'm like, and I'm trying to explain to some of these people. I wrote them back. I'm like, look, we're not doing product placement. We didn't realize that the I Hate Steven Singer rose was in the middle of the table here, pretty much blocking out Jimmy's face almost. So he's going to be happy with that. If you know, the roses that Anthony's talking about pretty much every 5-10 minutes.
Oh, the gold-tipped roses, of course, 24-karat pure gold.
Yeah, but one just happened to be in front of Jimmy and Ozzy in the video the entire time. The rose is probably bigger than Jimmy's head because it's closer to the camera.
Yeah, the perspective really does make... It looks like Opie's filming us from behind a rose bush. He's stalking me and Ozzy behind a rose bush.
Well, it's hard to film and try to do radio at the same time. I forgot my tripod yesterday, so I just kind of, whatever.
I think it looks
too
good
technical.
Like it,
yeah, it looks all right. It's a pretty cool video. I titled it Ozzy Osbourne is hilarious. I decided to just go with all the fucking punchlines and one-liners and funny stories he was telling.
It's a very
story after story, and you've said for years how funny Ozzy is. Now I'm officially in. Plus, you know, him being sober for as long as he has been, a lot of people said, wow, I noticed a major difference with the guy. Major. Way more focused, can understand him more.
I noticed it at the Sunset Music Festival, just watching him sing. Like
you can tell when he's on stage, it's a different Ozzy.
Completely. He looked healthier. It was nice to see. I was happy. He's in his early 60s, and he looked much healthier.
He looked really good, yesterday. He had color in his face. He didn't look like saggy, like he was just kind of sitting there and saying he was fucking right on the money, on the ball.
The tremors, he talks about them in the book, and the tremors have really subsided.
I didn't notice he was shaking as much as he used to.
Not at all. Almost like minimal.
It's kind of creepy. He looked like he was about 10 years younger than the last time we saw him. Right?
Yeah.
When you say?
Yeah, he looked good at XM. That was 2005. But I'm sorry, we saw him recently, actually, at K-Rock a couple years ago.
Right.
But yeah, he does look great, man. I was very happy to see that.
Oh, well, here we go. Here's the first question of the day. Okay. We got a lot of homosexuals that listen to this show. George in Alabama.
Good morning, O and A and Little J.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, George.
Can I say something to Steve from Bayshore the other day? He made that comment. I about wrecked my fucking car. I was laughing so hard. He said something about Barry Manilow was going to bite the head off a cock.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was funny. Little Jimmy, how you doing? I love you.
Thank you, buddy.
Question. Jay Leno, Ozzy, side by side. Oh, fucking, let's do a trifecta. Have Kiss there, too. They all whip out their dicks. Which one are you going to suck first?
Well,
might be a trick question, Jimmy. Might be a trick question.
Definitely not Jay.
Don't admit to sucking cock. That's what he's getting.
Well, he's speculating. Definitely not Jay because he's packing the most.
Oh yeah,
it'd be the most effort.
That's a mouthful.
And it'd have to be between Ozzy and who else?
And Kiss.
Wouldn't be Gene. Wouldn't be Gene. Paul looked really good when I saw him. He had his hair was short. He looked very... Yeah, Paul, honest to God, Paul Stanley looked 10 years younger than when we had him in...
He's got short hair now?
It looks really good, man. It looks...
No, he cut his hair off
just shorter, yeah. It just looks right.
A little bob? Does he have a bob cut?
No.
A little pixie? Is it a pixie cut?
No, just a short haircut.
Yeah? Does he have the Dorothy Hamill?
No.
Hey, guys, I listened to the
fucking
Messiah's
fruit.
interview.
I'm not.
I'm talking about him.
What, George?
Hey, Opie, I listened to the Messiah's interview with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to listen to the replay because I can't stand Ron and Fez from midnight to 4 in the morning.
Oh, they do a fine job.
We love
I
it.
What?
When I re-upped my membership on this thing,
Yeah.
I told them I had to get the premium package or whatever, and I said, just give me Opie and Anthony. You can take everything else off the radio.
I don't like you, my friend. An
Well, I get
enemy
it.
of my friend is an enemy of
Well,
mine.
I'm sorry, I can't stand you.
That's because you're from Alabama. Alabama, man!
Let me tell you why.
You
I
don't get the
because I'm a
genius that is
police
Ron
officer.
Bennington. Shut
Police
up.
officer, he hates police officers. Ron Bennington does.
Well, you know, he's brought up in that thing with the man, drug
Yeah, I
culture,
know.
man.
We love
But anyway,
Ron.
The
yeah.
cops were hassling him back in the day, man. Don't you worry about Ronnie. He's a very law-abiding citizen now.
He is. The fact that he's a pinko queer is irrelevant.
Exactly.
Anyway, I listened to both interviews. You guys, your interview was a million times better. It was great.
Thanks, man.
We didn't solicit feedback, but I certainly got a lot, and people said ours was way the fuck better because it wasn't
Oh, it was
forced.
hilarious.
Oh, thanks, man.
We're all
Thank
just
you, man.
hanging out, letting Ozzy be funny.
That's true.
That's a weird
He was
concept,
great.
to let your
Ozzy-
guests talk and let them be funny. You don't always have to
Ozzy was
make
so
it about
laid back
me.
on your interview.
What, George? Jesus.
I said Ozzy was so late.
What are you, lonely?
More comfortable interviewing with you folks.
All right, George. This is the best we could do for you. Wake up your wife and talk to her. We got a show to do.
Bye, George.
All right, let's go to Fontaine. Fontaine.
Black listener.
A second one, please.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, you're only half and half, Sam.
Hey, Jimmy.
I'll bet you want to do that same joke with the N-word.
Exactly.
Negro, please.
Well, okay, sure. Why not?
Yes, Fontaine.
What's up, Fontaine?
Hey, Jimmy. Good luck this weekend, by the way, at the Richmond Funny Bone. I hope you have great sets, and I
Thank
know
you.
you will.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you know how you shared some of the kiss dreams from your childhood, how they would beat you up and throw you down the steps and then love you. Were there any Ozzy stories from your childhood?
No, because I wasn't as young when it was Ozzy. It was a little older. I was probably like, I was getting into like 13 years old, 12. It was like around there. It wasn't, with Kiss, it was like 6 years old. And Kiss is my longest running idols. But I would have to say it was, no, it was more just, I just loved Ozzy and Black Sabbath.
Jimmy.
I know. Kiss would,
6, just thrown that down the stairs by Kiss.
and then, but I would cry hard, and then they would just love me. It was so stupid.
That is
So bizarre.
lame.
I know it is. And then I walk out and I see Paul. And he goes, hey, the funniest guy I know. I was so happy. But I had nothing to say.
It'd be so great if
Why
they
can't you just
pushed
say
you
something
downstairs.
to
Well,
him?
I actually did walk with him for a minute, and so I was more comfortable with him just chit-chatting.
That's good.
He's very friendly.
Hey, I know we don't have a lot of people that watch hockey. I understand that. The Islanders played the Capitals last night. Capitals have a fucking strong damn team. And they destroyed the Islanders last night, 7-2.
Yeah,
The only reason
what a
I'm really
loss.
bringing it up, though, you got to see the video of Hillen. I showed Anthony, and Anthony's not even a big hockey fan. And
Good
he
one.
He went, holy shit.
Well, who wouldn't love looking at video of somebody getting a puck to the face? A fucking, what was that? A nice slap shot?
It was a slap shot.
Fucking puck flying into a man's face.
Hillen couldn't have been more than 15 feet away,
He hit the ice.
and he caught the puck. Right, it looks like right on the front teeth.
Yeah, right on the teeth, and then blood just coming down on the
pouring
ice.
out of his mouth.
It's fantastic.
I don't even have an update yet. They took him off on a stretcher and they brought him to the hospital for further observation.
Yeah, that is great.
I want to know what the injury is, if anyone out there knows. But
it's called puck to the mouth.
and you know what? The video, you could see it, but the guy is in the way a little bit, so you don't see.
Actual.
I mean, it's bad, though.
Contact.
You just
Oh,
see the
hell
blood
yeah.
just pouring onto the ice. But,
it's a
oh,
good
my God. Oh, my God. You might want to check that out. I think the video's posted on YouTube or whatever.
I
But,
make the old highlight reels.
oh, yeah. It's weird with the hockey guys. They all want to be like the tough guy and not wear the full,
Full mask.
the full mask. Most of the guys are now wearing it where they protect their eyes, so it's like they have a shield just
Dude,
just covering their eyes.
I lost interest after Ron Duguay didn't wear the helmet and his flowing locks were going and didn't even care. That's what I was all about. Ron Duguay. Ron Duguay.
There was a weird time in hockey where
With the fucking...
the new guys had to wear the helmets, but if you were grandfathered in.
Yeah,
if you're an older dude, you didn't have to. So you had some of these older dudes like, I'm not wearing a helmet. And they would take headshots. It was just get ugly.
It was all the guys that were on the in that Sassoon commercial, all the Rangers.
Yeah.
Remember that like years ago? There was a bunch of Rangers skating around in Sassoon jeans.
Ugh.
It was like, God, who the fuck was on the Rangers back when Ron Duguay was? Was it Epstein?
It might have been Esposito.
Esposito, sorry, Epstein.
Esposito was a bit old to be in Sassoon jeans.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should be in Sassoon jeans.
No.
Even if it was way back then.
I'm not pro on looking at men's asses in Sassoon jeans, but I knew he looked horrible in Sassoon jeans.
Did you save up your money as a kid to get Sassoon jeans?
Never. There it is. There's the commercial. Danny found it.
Ugh. It was Esposito.
Oh, look at Ron Duguay. This is the worst.
They're wiggling and
they are dancing.
They're wiggling and moving like backwards on skates.
This is so bad. It's like the Bee Gees skating.
Only a few people will care. Who are the four guys in this commercial? I see Ron Duguay. I see Esposito.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
Dave Maloney.
Ron Duguay.
Who?
Dave Maloney,
Dave
number
Maloney
26.
is in there?
And Anders Hedberg.
Anders Hedberg?
Those are names I forgot a long time ago.
Fucking A.
Duguay still does a little fucking hockey commentating.
Does he?
And he still kind of has
Does he have the hair?
Because he's known for the
hair?
hair. We talked about that.
Known for the hair.
When these
Needs
athletes,
the hair. Keep the hair.
When these athletes have that look, they feel like after they retire, they got to keep that look.
They got to keep. Does McMahon still wear a fucking headband from Chicago?
Sure. I'm sure Raleigh Fingers has that stupid handlebar
mustache.
I haven't seen a picture of him in years, but I guarantee he has an old, and I mean old, handlebar mustache.
Mustache.
Let's say hi to Tony in Brooklyn. Tony.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, I just want to say, high-def TV is the best thing to happen to hockey since I don't know what.
Sliced bread.
It's so great on TV.
You know what? I gotta agree with you. As far as all sporting events go, hockey really looks great on high def. Yeah. I mean, because it's tough to see the puck to begin with, so the high def really helps that out.
That's true. All right. That's true.
I mean, other sports is kind of cool to see in high def, obviously. I mean, you want to see football and basketball, baseball, whatever. Do you really need high def?
I think baseball looks fucking great in high def.
Actually, you
man.
probably do because the ball's so small and
when you're looking at when they zoom in on the pitcher's fucking grip on the ball and you're seeing laces
that's kind of true.
And fucking dirt under his fingernails.
Yeah.
It's like wow, they figured this shit out.
I had to go out to Long Island yesterday to get my old car that's been sitting in my sister's driveway for a year.
What are you, a fucking...
Remember the old car that fucking broke down many times? Is that Raleigh Fingers?
You're right.
I was right.
He still has
to do the fucking mustache.
His mustache.
That's a mustache.
Oh, my God. And he colored it in with Sharpie pen.
Yeah, it's really dark.
Like black.
He's completely gray now, but
he's got his Sharpie
mustache
pen.
is dark.
Does he smell like mustard? Do they always smell that mustache wax? Does that have a scent to it when they have to roll it up?
I would assume.
Yeah,
probably get used to it.
Probably smells like that hippie shit. That what the fuck is it?
Patchouli?
Patchouli?
Yeah, probably has that.
Or fucking Jennifer Aniston's twat. We want to bring that back up.
So I got my old car because I gave it to my brother-in-law. He needs a car, and it's just been sitting in my sister's driveway. I brought Kenny out there. And we had to jump start it in, and we had to wipe all the pine cones off it. And
what year is this?
And I drove that back to the city.
Wait, you went out and got it for your brother?
For my brother-in-law who came out from Philly, so we did a little.
And what year is it, or model? Or?
It's 2001.
It's a 2001.
Has 104,000 miles.
Don't say like, hey, it's 2001. It's still in the decade.
I just bought my new car is now officially a year old, and the car I had that before that one was my 2001.
That was your Jeep?
Yeah, the Jeep that I got when we signed the big contract.
Wow,
that's the 2001.
Wow.
Huh. All right. It drove nice.
That looks old.
It drove nice with no registration, no inspection, no insurance, no plates.
Are you shitting me? You did that?
Some of those things I didn't have. Let's just put it that way.
Some of those things. Good.
Some of those
keep
things.
some plausible deniability there.
Man, I found the back way back into Manhattan. I'll tell you that much.
Is there a back way?
Oh, there is a back way. Now I know. Now I know how the terrorists get into New York City.
No police.
Hell no. Skipping tolls and the police.
Damn, man.
Because this car looks so... This car was just begging to be pulled over.
Just filthy.
Oh,
looks
my
like it was
God.
Stolen from
Just,
some lot.
just begging to be pulled over.
Yeah.
But what was my point? Oh, fuck. I was listening to the news. There was a point to this fucking story.
Damn it, I hate when you lose your point.
It's just a basic one. I'm listening to 10-10 Wins, and fucking baseball. They're they're starting that up, kinda.
Yeah, what was that fucking
What was it, a mini fucking camp or something? I'm like,
yeah.
And then I quickly looked down, I'm like, it's January 26th, meaning, it was yesterday. I'm like,
the Super Bowl hasn't been played yet.
But it was some kind of mini camp, and spring training doesn't officially start until I think the third week, something like that in February. But we're here.
Yeah, baseball
is kind of starting to rock and roll again.
Creep up.
Did it just end?
They want to make their money. That's what it is.
I mean, you only gave up on your Yankees hat it like a week ago.
back to my tactical wear.
What's it start in April?
Yeah.
Opening day?
The real games in April, sure. Yeah. But, they're starting to kind of...
Yeah, that's true.
I like the old days when the baseball players had to have a second job, so they didn't really have a spring training.
Johan Santana left his first bullpen session of 2010 with a smile. So he had like a bullpen session Tuesday morning, day 2 at the Mets, 14-player voluntary mini camp at Tradition Field baseball complex. So, yeah, they're actually doing something. That's fucked up, man.
Let me say hi to Eddie in St. Louis. Eddie!
Eddie! I think it's a pleasure when the Islanders come to St. Louis to play the Blues. I just want to say a couple of things. I like it when you talk about the hockey. It's really underappreciated. But this commissioner that we got right now, he doesn't know how to sell the game, but he wants to keep it as savage as possible. There's about 50,000 hits per season, and I think he said that only about 10 to 15% of them involve the head.
Right.
So there's not going to be any type of big rule changes, but I think they should get rid of the blue line, get rid of offsides, get rid of the instigator rule, and really open it up, make it violent. We got a new head coach in St. Louis, and we're averaging like 4 or 5 fights a game. Tickets are selling like crazy. That's what people want to see. You don't have that in any other sport, the brutality.
Well, we don't have any fighters on the Islanders right now for the most part, and most teams don't really dress a enforcer anymore.
No, God, you remember Tony Twist? He was a bad motherfucker.
Dude, every team used to have a guy. He could barely skate. His whole job was to go out there and fucking smash some heads.
Yeah,
that was his whole job.
Goon it up.
And there's not many teams that dress an enforcer anymore. The Islanders barely fight, so God bless you, because the more fighting, the better for me. I love when they fucking fight. And when there is a fight when I go to the games, the kids are they're actually standing on the seats. They're loving it just like the adults are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that intensity at the end of a baseball game, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th inning, it's like that the whole fucking time at a hockey game. People just don't understand. And I'm a baseball junkie, but when the season comes around, I fall in love every time.
I guess I got to go on like the Hockey Network to really get into hockey talk. But I'll say this much, and then we can move on. My problem with hockey, and it's getting more and more frustrating.
He's listening to himself.
Most of the time, you watch a hockey game, your team is just trying to control the puck.
Yeah.
It used to be when I first got into hockey, there were a lot more plays that were set up and a lot more, that type of action. Now it's all about just trying to get the puck and control it for a couple seconds.
Really?
Because these guys gotten so good. They're so fast, so quick that it's just like takeaway. It's in the corner. They're fighting for the puck. There's not a lot of, setup and playmaking anymore.
I haven't watched a full game recently, but yeah, I kind of remember get into the zone.
Right.
And then you're doing a lot of passing back and forth, waiting for the opening.
Yeah, coming up ice, they're setting up a nice play. You don't get much of that. You get that when there's a power play.
Right.
Or when it's 4-on-4, if you want to really get technical, when they go OT.
But now is it just slam a fucking shot into the goal?
Dude, they're just
hope for the best.
They just fight the entire game just to try to get control of the puck. Hockey definitely has some issues. They got to figure it out. They got to open up the play. They have to. I think they just got to go with a bigger rink to give these guys more space to maneuver.
A little more ice.
That's whatever. But now we're getting probably too deep into the hockey discussion. But check out
deeper than Mad Dog ever gets.
Huh?
Deeper than the Mad Dog ever gets.
Oh, fuck.
I don't talk about hockey.
We talk about hockey way more than Mad Dog does.
I know. I don't like the sport.
Way
more.
Way more. Anyway, what else is going on?
Oh my God!
What else is going on? What's up with this tablet? I'm not a big Apple guy yet.
Apple coming out with another amazing device. God, these guys aren't they something?
Great, man. Yes.
This appears to be. Now there isn't any. I have disclosed, by the way, I do own Apple stock. Let me disclose that
really?
before I say anything about Apple. I will disclose that I do own Apple stock.
Do I have to disclose that I'm an asshole who should have bought it when it was 80 a share, but I didn't?
You can disclose that.
I spent my money on Sirius stock, which actually went up in value a lot.
We got to get a stock market expert on just to calm Jimmy down. Because he loses his mind when these stocks go up and down. He's like, I should have bought it.
You're
Apple, only
gonna,
Apple.
You're never going to get in at the absolute low. You're never going to get out at the absolute high. You just got to hope to get in lower than you sold.
Only Apple.
That's it.
It's honestly the only one, because to me, that was the ones like, Apple's so good.
You know what a good time to
up.
buy Apple was? Just before they announced their earnings yesterday.
You never know. Sometimes that shit backfires
after the bell. It would have been, no, with Apple, pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good, especially with, they had the biggest earnings ever for a quarter. Christmas was in there, so it was giant. Mm-hmm. They have the tablet coming out, which seems to be a lot of people are interested in it.
What is a tablet? Isn't it just kind of a laptop?
Dissolves in water. It's no good.
Yes. It's granite.
They can't figure out. All the tablets are dissolving every time it rains. It's like,
damn it, we made a mistake.
You drop them in water like an Alka-Seltzer and drink them.
Quickly send email before your tablet dissolves.
A lot of people are saying it's a big version of an iPod, but it's also mixed in with their computer. So, you get a virtual keyboard that you can use on the tablet, but that can be pulled away when you don't need it. You're looking at a website.
Oh, you slide it down.
You're looking at stuff. You slide that shit down.
It's all touch, right?
Yeah. So it's all touch like the iPhone. You're sliding things out of the way, and this is all speculation because they haven't shown it yet. When are they debuting this? Today.
This is announced today. Apple has a big thing
today
for 10 Pacific, so 1 p.m. Eastern.
I love their fucking press conferences. You sit there and watch those things and just cream over the next product that you want so badly.
And not only are they going to most likely at this point definitely announce some kind of tablet, but I think we're probably going to get a sneak peek of iPhone OS 4.0 as well.
Yeah, they're going to
what does that mean?
Upgrade.
It makes calls.
Makes calls. It's the phone part of it.
Yeah. I'm a Dell guy.
I'm just a dope when it comes to Apple talk, but my dumb observation, this tablet, if they introduce this as the iPhone, people would be like, what the fuck? It's getting bigger now, and all of a sudden we're excited about this. Remember,
things were giant.
There was a time, there was a 2-3 year period there where everyone was all about, oh, look how tiny my phone is. You had to get the smallest phone possible. Now, as human beings, we just out of nowhere gave up on that. We don't care that they're small anymore because we want them to do a lot more shit.
Want it a little bigger
and now we either have Blackberries or the iPhone or something similar, and now we have no problem getting something bigger than that.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Initially, computers, obviously very big, bulky, low power, and then they got smaller and smaller.
Right.
To the point where your phone with your computer, a lot of times I don't need to carry a laptop with me. As long as I have my iPhone, go on vacation, you can do everything you need to do.
So we should have probably just kept our original computer, because I guess that's where we're going back to.
We're going back
now,
to.
Now we're just going to get big and bulky again?
Yeah. But
it's been a waste of time all these years.
This tablet is, like a bigger version of the iPhone, that I think they're talking about, corporations using it, education, things like that, and a lot of the private sector using it. If you look at CNN and see how they use that big screen in there, and they're just sliding things over off screen, pulling new things up, that's what you're going to be able to do with this.
You watch CNN? I thought you only watched Fox.
I watch both. Yes. I pull up my all news channel and
very interesting.
I look around. But this is a huge announcement for Apple, and we'll see what it does.
So the average Joe will not be getting this right off the bat?
I don't think right off the bat. I think
a lot of business people.
I think it's like the iPhone thing, which sold Hugely well. It sold great.
How many iPhones in the last quarter? 9 million?
Just shy of 9 million iPhones in the last quarter.
Last quarter.
But when it first came out, they were hoping to break that 1 million mark at one point, and they got to it a lot sooner. But that was kind of a techie thing. You know, everybody didn't go out and get the iPhone right away. They had to see their friends that had it and say, holy fuck, I want to get that. And I think the tablet is kind of doing the same thing. Dell has a computer where the monitor is a touchscreen.
Wait, what'd you say, Ant?
About what?
I didn't hear you. I was reading email. What'd you say?
I said that Dell, yes, Dell had...
Wait, what did you say? Oh, sorry. Still laughing at Dell. Really? You want to talk about bad stock choices?
Touch screen.
I'm down thousands and thousands of dollars thanks to Dell.
Still holding that?
I gave up on my portfolio years ago. It's just sitting, just rotting in my drawer.
Hang it up with next to your Citadel fucking useless stock certificate. Fucking piece of shit.
You said Dell?
Farmer in the Dell.
God damn it. That wasn't bad.
Dell's back in? Dell's decided to compete again?
I don't think they are, to tell you the truth. They have some kind of a touch screen. But this tablet thing with Apple, and Apple's really kind of making headway now against Windows as far as an operating system.
Right.
A lot of corporations still using Windows because they've had it there forever, but a lot of new companies throwing Apples in there now. They're throwing Macs in. They've sold more Mac computers this quarter than they ever have.
I got one. I got a Mac Pro finally.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean, I just don't want the iPhone, but I love the Mac,
dude.
As a laptop.
You would love the fucking. I know. If you
I got it on my desk.
You would love it.
I play fucking what the hell is it called?
Great. It's a fucking game. It's a Coleco fucking football game.
No. I play paper toss.
You play paper toss.
I actually
$350 paper toss game.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I have an iPhone and I actually charge it up so I can play paper toss, and that is all I use it for.
Once AT&T loses the exclusivity, because Apple is very unhappy with their shit performance.
Yeah.
They're going to introduce one for Verizon soon. Once that happens, I think the iPhone will.
Well, that's it too.
Really kill the BlackBerry.
Once they get out of that exclusivity with AT&T, look out, folks.
It's over, Johnny.
The iPhone. They say a lot of corporations are starting to integrate the iPhone into their business instead of the BlackBerry, which a lot of companies, they're just stuck. There's too many BlackBerry. It would just cost too much money to switch over and train people and all that shit. But for the most part, I'm sorry. I've seen both. I might be a little biased because I have an iPhone, but
can you slow down a second?
Yes.
Businesses, they'll use BlackBerries exclusively, and they give all their employees or their the ones that matter a BlackBerry and all that.
Yep.
Now, companies don't do that with iPhones, right? In general, I don't know of one company that actually hands out iPhones like they hand out BlackBerries.
Some do. Younger companies are doing it.
Okay.
And some companies have people that just. I guess you got to buy your own fucking iPhone and use it that way. But I think you see in the future, especially with if Verizon gets in there, T-Mobile, things like that, and not just AT&T, it's over, Johnny.
Do you know BlackBerry how stupid they are? In this time that they had, where AT&T that was just really the only thing making the iPhone look like shit, and the touch one they come out with is the Storm. It was like you guys had a window to come out with a phenomenal touchscreen that people would have been happy with their BlackBerries and kept it, and they blew it.
It's easier said than done.
I'm with Anthony.
People at fucking Apple are geniuses. They know how to fucking build the shit, market it, and it's not... You know what the best thing about it is? Yes, sometimes shit fucks up, but it is not a buggy system. I've been amazed over the years when you buy a Mac... you're not stuck with like a system going like, oh, now I got to wait for this upgrade because there's a huge bug problem.
Yeah,
because they released it 3 months too early.
But I'm a BlackBerry user. I think what happened with the storm, my cell provider, I go to this one store, and right off the bat, he goes, do not buy this. He knew. But
Really?
I think BlackBerry panicked.
And they thought
they were like, we got to get a touchscreen out there pronto because we're getting killed with this iPhone thing.
But the fact they made you push the screen in, they thought that people would used to using the BlackBerry with buttons that they wouldn't be able to adjust.
I never even tried one, to be honest with you.
I had that phone for a very brief period of time, and
you hated it, right?
It fucking sucked.
Because fucking Danny was a BlackBerry guy.
Yeah.
He moved over about a year and a half ago.
They're nice. I mean, look, BlackBerry's really nice if you like getting like all your messages right away and being, completely in touch with everybody every second of the day. And it really just got obnoxious. And then when I switched over to the iPhone, it was just like, wow, I could kind of... I mean, you could do it with the iPhone too, but it was kind of nice to take a step back from all that.
Sure.
And I was, you listen to fucking audio of me talking about Windows-based computing years ago. I was so anti-Mac. It was ridiculous.
There was a time you were?
Yeah.
I don't remember
completely.
anymore.
And now I have one Windows computer that I use for, shit I need Windows for.
That's what I got now. I got my main computer Windows, but I'm Mac Pro-ing my ass off
Laptop,
now.
I sit on the couch, pop open my fucking MacBook, and that's it.
Who doesn't watch TV with a fucking laptop
computer
on their,
right there?
Everybody on their lap.
Isn't that amazing? Who
doesn't do that?
You're watching TV, but you're just...
And if you're not doing that, your computer's close by, so you're on the computer watching TV.
I mean, I have like a little like laptop stand right by my couch, and then and I put stuff on, and like it gets to the point where I'm not even really watching TV. I'm just kind of in and out.
Yeah.
So I just kind of have the TV on as like background stuff, so I could look up every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the generations, because we're so used to being brought up on TV that we always feel like we have to kind of have the TV on, even though we're not, like Danny said, paying attention. I imagine the younger generations, they're not even dealing with that. They're just on their fucking computer without the TV.
Because I'm so behind on stuff that I do like to watch, because I'll put like, like Dirty Jobs on or something. And then I realize by the time it's over, I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck he just did.
What the hell did he do? What filthy job?
I'll do it the next day, and I have to restart the same episode 4 or 5 times before I watch it.
Sam, what do you got, brother?
No, I'm just going to say about the tablet, they're also looking to put the Kindle out of business with it.
Yeah, I was about to get into that because I'm a Kindle user. I'm starting to read again, and the Kindle makes you want to read. It's bizarre. I don't know why. Because what's the difference? It's fucking words.
But once you
just present it differently, so now I want to read again.
Yeah.
And I do have the Kindle, and it doesn't do much. So if this freaking tablet is also capable of downloading books, man, Kindle's in deep trouble.
Yeah,
deep trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, the price point on a tablet is going to be more than the price point on a Kindle. So I think people who specifically want an e-reader will still get, the Kindle.
But I'm already looking at my Kindle going, man, I wish this would do more.
Right.
But all it does is download books.
I like it because it's small, though. It's like it's really easy to carry, so I just throw it in my carry-on bag. I don't mind having it separate. I don't want to.
Yeah, but you're not gonna grab your Kindle and a tablet.
Yeah.
Or you'll have both when you travel, do you think?
Yeah, because both are probably very thin.
Are you going to get a tablet?
Depends on what the reviews are on it, and I don't know if I'll get it right away. I just got a new laptop.
The reviews are going to be ridiculous.
I bet it smells good.
I can't wait.
How about when you open the box and just go, new electronic product?
Yeah.
What smells better than that?
Pussy,
Not Jennifer
ass,
Aniston's
tinkle.
pussy.
A lot of things. A good fart. Ozzy's cologne.
Well, Ozzy did smell very nice.
Good. Smells rich.
And always
smells rich.
Always different too. His colognes. Every time he comes in here, he's got a different one.
His jingling jewelry.
Yeah.
I like those wings he had.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fucking cool. He had a necklace with like 2 gold wings with diamonds all over him and shit.
He wouldn't give me anything.
I was like,
I know. I tried for you.
I talked about it right away when he walked in, hoping he was
Jimmy.
going to give it to me before you walked in.
Yeah.
Like you were in the bathroom and he came in, and the first thing I said is, "Wow, that is a nice necklace, wings with the diamonds. Please, Ozzy, give it to me. Just give it to me," and make Jimmy fucking shit his pants when he comes in. Imagine if I went, "Look what Ozzy gave me."
Do you know how annoyed I'd be? That's all I'd think of. I'd be like, dude, hey, necklace, what do you... Oh, I mean, Anthony.
You would have fucking lost your mind. Hey, before we move on, could you tell me what Dell is at? I forgot about my Dell stock until we started talking about the computer thing. Now,
you bought in at
40-something and 28.
something bucks.
And then to try to make some of my losses back, it went down to 28. And I'm like, well, it's got to go back up. So I bought in at 28 too.
Oh, you try to average in there. It's at $13.68 a share.
That's
now.
That's what you want to see.
Well, maybe
that's what you want to see.
What's the year high? The 52-week range is $7 to about 16 to 17 bucks.
So I'm still $12 a share down from its highest in the last year.
It's moving.
And 20, let's call it $26 down.
Can you show me
got it twice.
A 5-year chart on Dell?
You don't want to know. This thing
Let's see the 5-year chart.
Like I said, bought it at 28 and somewhere in the 40s. It hasn't come close to the 20s.
Oh my goodness! You can see about where Opie was sitting pretty at 40. It hasn't gotten up to where you need to sell since July of 2005. Jesus. It's almost 5 years slump you're in. Holy shit.
My portfolio sucks. You know what I could have bought with that money?
I know.
Between the Citadel stock, which is officially worth nothing, we lost over $100,000. Oh, my God. I should have played blackjack with that money.
Yeah, right?
I would have had a better chance on the blackjack
Double your
table.
money.
Fuck. All right, the droid, the tablet. The tablet will also have the ability to view newspapers and magazines. Yeah, we said that. That's really bad news for Amazon.
Oh, my God. What did I hear?
And Barnes & Noble, because Barnes & Noble came out with their version of the Kindle, I noticed.
I heard something on Wins today, and please check this and see if it's correct, because it's unbelievable. Fucking Newsday.com. Newsday.com, which is the worst fucking thing that exists.
First of all, I've lived, so has Anthony, we've lived in a bunch of places. Newsday is the worst newspaper I've ever read. I've always hated Newsday since I was a kid.
Horrible.
And then I moved to Boston and Western New York, all over the fucking place. And Newsday is the worst. It's such a boring paper.
But now the problem is, a lot of times when you put in a news story in like Google News, Newsday stories pop up first.
Okay.
So you click on it, and Newsday decided that if you aren't a subscriber to like Cablevision or something, you have to pay, you have to subscribe to their news site. So it'll say subscriber-based, blah, blah, blah. 3 months now, they've been subscriber-based. For 3 months, you have to subscribe to get Newsday on the Newsday site. 35 people have subscribed in 3 months.
Get the fuck out of here.
35 people.
You know what? Oh, how great is that?
It's fantastic. When I heard that, I'm like, good. Good. No one wants to subscribe to Newsday.com when, first of all, you can just go anywhere else and get your fucking news.
Well, that's good news because they've been trying to figure out, because these papers are folding and how they're going to survive. And a lot of people are thinking, well, maybe people will buy their news. And I'm like, fuck no. You can't force people to buy their news.
Yeah.
Because if all these newspapers go online and do exactly what you're saying that Newsday is attempting, the news will get out another way.
Yep.
There's no way. You can't make people buy news.
Can't make us pay for the fucking news when there are so many sites you could just go to and get the story. Like when I see, I'll go to Google News, right?
Right.
And there's a story I want to see, and I'll see the source is Newsday, whatever. I'll wait till it's not Newsday, then I'll click on that and read the fucking story.
Right.
What, I know I'm not going to be able to see it because it's subscriber-based. 35 people, good. Good for you, you dumb, greedy shitheads.
The article I read is that it cost $4 million for them to revamp their website. So with those 35 people, they've recouped $9,000 so far.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Scott S. from Quakertown, it was $5 a week.
$5 a week.
What assholes?
To read the news on Newsday.com?
What dummies.
Who's in charge of Newsday? Hugh Pinero? Douche.
Take that wherever you are.
What fucking assholes.
Threaten people to breathe in their face if you don't fucking cough up some cash.
Well, that's good news, though. That's really good news that it's
Oh, yeah,
failing.
I know. I heard that. I was like, what? Did they say 35 or 3,500?
You can't expect people to pay for the
35.
news.
No.
No fucking way.
$5 a week. What
No fucking
idiots.
way. You know, they're in trouble. They got to figure it out. You
Well,
know,
that ain't it.
well, you know, the reason newspapers are in trouble and regular radio's in trouble, that they don't have creative people to figure out what the next stage is.
Cost per subscriber, $114,000.
Nice.
So they won't break even until 38.16.
Was I calling it the tabloid
good.
instead of the tablet? The tablet, whatever. It's fucking early.
You could read tabloids on your tablet, I bet.
There you go.
Well,
I didn't know that.
Should have said that.
That's a good joke, though. It's funny.
Shut it.
Tablets.
I didn't know that about Newsday.
Yeah, that's great. The pomposity to think that people want Newsday.com so bad. And it's a big tie-in to cable, to fucking cable
Parent
vision.
company, yeah.
Yeah. So it's, you know, they try to say, well, if you got that, you get that. Another thing I'm really pissed off at is I have IO, Cablevision, whatever the fuck, right? And then I see the commercial that says, oh, this is good. You can program your DVR from your phone if you're away. If you want to tape
cool.
something, you're like, oh, shit, let me do that. Yeah, only if you also have their fucking internet service.
Ugh.
I don't. I have Verizon fiber optic super zoomy speedy internet, and I can't fucking program my DVR from away but I have cable. I have their cable service. I have their fucking DVR. I have all that shit, but they won't let me because I don't also have their fucking. They're just all greedy cunts, man. Fuck them.
Let's say hi to Joey. This cannot be possible, Joey.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Joey.
Listen, the newsstand price for Newsday went from 50 cents daily to fucking $2.
That
It's
cannot
$2 a
be.
buck.
Maybe you bought it. Did you buy it in an airport? Because in an airport, the New York Post is $2, but here it's still regular price.
That?
No, I mean
Well,
every mom and pop store.
Hold on a
$2.
minute. All right, hold on a minute. I got a Newsday right in front of me here.
Lucky devil.
And
Don't nod off while you look at it.
you know, kidding. Joey is almost right. It's $1. It says $1 right on the front page.
Maybe that's your subscription price.
What?
Is that a subscription price? Is that New York Newsday?
City edition.
I have no idea.
But $1 for a
dude.
newspaper every day? That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
And
Especially for
Joey's
that
saying
paper.
it's $2.
So that's
$2.
stupid
I don't buy
paper.
this fucking paper. I really don't.
Can I see the Newsday? Oh,
Sorry.
that's all right. It's a terrible paper.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right. Well, newspapers are in trouble. They just gotta. I don't know how they're gonna figure that one out. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Greg in
papers
DC.
we got.
Yeah.
What's some of them other papers?
You know what, people like to hold their computer, they like to hold it open, you got your tablet, boom, you read a little bit there, you zip, boom, you listen to some music, got your coffee, got your cigarettes, you're fishing, got your other obsessions to take your mind off with a 0 yard. You know what, I'm doing a movie with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. Why would we ask Jim Norton to be in it?
yeah.
You know what,
I saw that Twitter. What the fuck is he thinking?
all of them.
Why? Well, yeah. What the fuck? Why not put Jim in? And I want a legitimate answer.
Someone at the Comedy
from
Cellar?
That piece of shit.
You don't know the
why
Comedy Cellar.
Our
What's that?
Jimmy Norton isn't in that movie.
Not even in a little part.
Or even asked to be in it.
Yeah.
So you could say, fuck you and your piece of shit
Yeah.
whole movie.
DeRosa, Bill, and Bob.
Whoa, Bill! What the
All those
fuck?
ungrateful bastards.
Let's say hi to
That
Greg in
is
DC. Greg,
Not even right.
we'll have to get Kelly on the phone to
Yes.
defend himself. Greg.
Good morning, boys. How
Hey,
you
Greg.
doing? I wanted to call in and ask Opie if he gets his stock tips from the same placemats he gets his news from.
Wise ass. That's pretty good though.
Attention now.
I just fucking suck at picking stocks.
Yeah, you got. You know something? There's
I don't even pick them myself.
Yeah, that's the problem. You gotta.
And then you know what, my
you gotta
brother
dig right in there with E-Trade or whatever fucking personal trading program you got and do it yourself.
Dude, my brother, and this is what's sad, you'd think it would rub off. My brother was a Wall Street stud.
Yeah.
You know, when the whole market went really bad, he lost his gig, but they want him back bad. There's a lot of people trying to get him, and he's like, fuck that. And he's just day trading.
Yeah.
And doing very well. You would think some of that knowledge would have rubbed off.
I pick my stocks. I go, BlackRock! I invest in that.
Spike upwardly, please.
A dividend.
Why do they do that? BlackRock.
Earnings report, please. Yeah. Terrible.
Wow, I don't know if this is true, but this affects us.
Well, you got a
let's
mic in front of you. Once you say it,
it's a phone call. Joel in Jersey. Joel?
How you doing, guys? I worked for Apple for a number of years, and basically they have a corporate plan to destroy the satellite radio. It's not that difficult to explain. Basically, you guys have a virtual monopoly, and it's the least effective corporate monopoly I've ever seen in my life. There's not much competition, so Apple is going to contract with the technology for the iPhone starting in March, I guess, with Pioneer, and they're going to have a system installed in new cars, and they're going to be able to put the internet radio in the cars with the desktop technology. I don't know if you know this, but that's the #1 place to get new listeners for.
But this isn't anything new. The problem is getting Wi-Fi that is all over the place,
Right.
like doesn't drop out. It's like getting music on your cell phone right now. You know, you're going to get some dropouts. Well, the thing with satellite is it's there the whole time you're fucking driving. Once they figure out
satellites.
What?
They're planning to get their own satellites and piggyback on that.
Do you know how long it takes to launch a network of satellites?
We'll be retired by then.
So you're talking by March?
Right.
No, these products will be available with a functioning infrastructure in March of this year.
Well, look.
March of this year, they're going to launch, wait a minute, they're going to launch satellites.
Pioneer is planning to use, I'm pretty sure they'll be piggybacking on a pre-existing satellite.
Piggyback on what satellite?
Yeah, how do you do that?
A GPS satellite all of a sudden is going to be blasting music?
Honestly, no, this is all going to be based on the network of the iPhones.
I understand, but you can't take a satellite that isn't proprietary to, like, bouncing music off of it, like our rock and roll, our satellites here at XM, and the other one, I don't know what they call it here at Sirius, but you can't then just take some old fucking V'ger. They're not going to take V'ger and start playing music on your iPhone. It's going to take longer than March to launch a satellite. I agree with you. That is where the future lies, believe me. I love the fact that when I'm in my Mustang, I plug my iPhone in and play everything I downloaded right off of my stereo system. It's great.
Listen, I mean, I just want to say that there's a reason that most of the major houses have downgraded the Sirius stock in the last couple of months. I mean, we're giving out directives to all kinds of people. You know, they're not planning to buy it, and it's because this is coming up.
Well,
I mean,
Sirius has had a nice run lately, though, with the stock.
And there's competition. I grant you that, sir, but by March, there will not be satellites orbiting this Earth that will feed iPhones music. I will guarantee you that.
I'm not going to take that bet. I just
Plus, there's only a limited amount of satellites that you could have. Like, I remember, it's probably not 100% accurate, but, you know, as far as geostationary satellites go, there's only so many that you could have.
There's so many
and, like,
there.
there's no more room.
There's no more room.
For, like, more satellites.
That's why it's very complicated if you want to get a satellite up there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, look, Eric Logan probably about 5 years ago warned Anthony and I. He took us to dinner. He goes, you know, the big competition for satellite radio will be Wi-Fi. And when Wi-Fi is available across America, that, you know, satellite radio is going to have some problems.
Exactly.
But then that's when it comes down to content.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, getting Wi-Fi that is dependable with no dropouts. Now that's tough.
That's definitely a bunch of years away. I don't know how many.
That's very fucking tough.
What you guys are missing
You
is
move around your house too much and the fucking thing peters out on you.
They're going to have a satellite, but it's going to be lower. They actually are going to launch. It's going to be 150 feet off the ground, zipping around.
You know, who the hell would sell that kind of satellite?
You know how nervous that would make a lot of people?
What would happen is there's a big beeping sound that comes, beep, 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 and everybody in town ducks.
You duck? Where are we going to get this? From Ted's fucking satellite
Everybody
emporium?
runs into bomb shelters.
You know how many nervous Nellies you would have?
Oh, my God.
It's going to be called Pandora, guys. That's what it's called, the service.
All right, Joel.
Pandora, like
we gave you your time. Thank you. We understand satellite radio has some issues to figure out, and there's going to be more and more
What
competition.
that guy
as we
said
move
is
on,
3,000% wrong.
Of course it is.
Because I was just reading that story. It has nothing to do with, there's no satellites. It's just Pioneer is getting involved with Pandora, and it's...
I mean, yeah, it has nothing to do with
satellites.
It has nothing to do with Apple. Like,
or Apple, right.
Oh, my.
The guy, that's why I love when some people call and you call them out on it and they will not fucking give up on the story.
But the only part of his call that is true, the Wi-Fi thing, is definitely a concern.
But it's,
as it continues to grow.
I'm not sitting here with my head in the sand saying, oh, don't worry about it. But getting a dependable Wi-Fi coverage that covers the entire country where you can drive in your car and get Wi-Fi is ridiculous.
But don't you think at that point, SiriusXM will be way ahead of the competition? They're organized as far as, the channels go, the content. Look at us petting the dog.
And how about
what's wrong with me? I think I have a fever.
How about having Sirius
That's what I was getting at.
Also, where you're not just going away. Well, our satellites are useless.
Why wouldn't they jump into the whole Wi-Fi world when that does become something that is big-time competition?
You put out a product that gets Wi-Fi, that receives Wi-Fi, then you have all this content that they have already, instead of an upstart company that's now got to get content.
Have you ever tried?
You have content. It's like, we understand.
I'm a student of this damn radio thing, and internet radio is appealing to me. It's complicated, though. It
really is.
It takes forever to find a cool internet radio site.
There are so many because so many people have the option to do it.
So that's why it's going to be important. Then you get somebody that can organize the internet radio and go, well, we've looked at all the internet radio stuff, and this is what we think is the best out there, and then package it that way. That's what needs to happen with the whole internet radio world.
Exactly.
And that's something satellite radio SiriusXM is already doing.
Yeah.
Why don't we take our first break?
No.
All right.
Oh,
well, Eddie in Virginia.
Satellites that look like apples floating around with worms coming out of them in the skies.
Oh, Chip.
Eddie.
Morning, boys.
Good morning.
Anthony, when you go to your financial advisor, do you say, prospectus, please?
Yes, that's me.
That's good.
Prospectus. I hate the prospectus.
I don't know what that is.
I know. It's like a one-over on what the fuck you're buying. It gives you kind of the stats and stuff like that.
Book report on your company.
Yeah, it's like a little book report on your company. You're right. The prospectus, I don't read it. I look at charts. I look at hot zones.
Those things.
I look at graphs.
Those things take up a lot of space in my mailbox and just throw them right away. But maybe I should start reading them.
You know what?
I'm not doing too well.
They're great for rolling up in tight little things.
Putting
then
in
you
the
put them in
fire,
your
right?
fireplace,
Oh, yeah.
and they start logs very well.
Oh yeah, fire,
Yes.
fire starter.
Yes.
Brett calling us from a heart-shaped tub in the Poconos. Brett,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
what's up?
How's the champagne glass?
yeah, it's actually not too far from my house, strangely.
We know.
We know you're in the
I work for
Poconos.
Sirius XM.
Anyone
Go
who
with
lives
the
in the
bit.
Poconos is very close to a heart-shaped slash fucking
Yeah, they're everywhere.
AIDS tub.
AIDS tub. Very good.
I just went in, I'm actually on my way to work. I work for Sirius XM in the satellite operations group.
Wait, who do you work for?
What was that?
Who do you work for?
I work for Sirius XM.
Sorry. Thanks for humoring
It makes
me.
me feel, I feel right at home now.
Yeah. What's up, Brett? Go ahead.
No, I was just calling in. I was hearing that guy going on about Pandora and the Pioneer Radio and all that nonsense. And, for anyone to think that someone like Pandora is going to get in bed with a satellite company is just crazy. Our company, it's going to be at least a decade or so before Wi-Fi is really an issue.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's very, very difficult to get it.
It's
all
definitely
over the
creeping
place.
up.
Yeah.
It's getting there, but I mean, look at it like this. I live in the Poconos.
Yeah.
In order for me to listen to you guys, I have to have an XM or a Sirius receiver in my car. There's no way I could use an iPhone or anything like that. Never going to happen.
All right.
Sat phone. Plug a sat phone
all I
into your
got.
fucking
All right, Brett.
computer.
Thank you, sir.
Listen to us for $20 a second.
I think the way the show should be is like there should be one location and everybody should have to drive there and listen to it in chairs. They should have auditoriums set up all over the country.
You think that would be a bad business model?
Oh, you know what a bad
business model, yes.
God.
If you had these special receiving stations set up with just metal chairs and coffee and donuts set up, and people had to get there by a certain time.
How many listeners do you think we'd have?
You might have 3.
Can we make these hot spots in really cold areas, too?
Yeah.
Metal chairs.
There's one in Juneau, Alaska.
It's horrible. It's a bad business model.
All right. What else? Well, we got a lot to do. Russell Peters is coming in?
Yeah, he's in like...
What?
He's like one of the biggest comics in the world.
Yes, he is.
And he was on our show once, but unfortunately we had so much going on, we didn't really get to do much with him.
He's doing Radio City Music Hall, I think, this week? Or when, it might be this week he's doing it, 2 shows. I don't know. I don't have the sheet in front of me.
All right.
Damn. We got that going for us.
Which is nice. Keith Olbermann's 51 today? Holy shit.
Any other fun factoids before we go to break?
We'll figure out more factoids after the break. Opie and Anthony, stay there.
Hey, you got your sweetheart, and Valentine's Day is coming up. What are you going to do? How about a real long stem rose dipped in 24-karat pure gold from Steven Singer Jewelers? That's right. They last forever and ever and ever, and they come with a lifetime guarantee. If they last forever, why do you need the lifetime guarantee? I'm going to ask Steven about that one. But they do. Women love them. Display them proudly year-round. And get this. You got $59? You got that rose. You got that gold-covered rose for your sweetie. Plus, they come shipped in... there it is. It's right on the video of Ozzy and Jimmy. It's posted on Opie's site.
We're doing product placement now.
Product placement. There's a beautiful...
But you can see the rose that you're talking about,
yes.
I guess. Steven Singer better be paying extra for this.
It's a much better depiction of the rose than he has on his website, IHateStevenSinger.com.
Oh, really?
Yes. It looks wonderful.
You know what? I would go with the red rose now that I see it in this video.
The red one is very pretty with the green leaf and all the gold on the edges and on the stem. It's just wonderful.
He has one that's completely gold, but
yeah.
Now I'm thinking you got to go with the one that has the red in it.
How about you get both? One for mom and one for your girl.
Why not?
That's wonderful. Steven Singer, he knows how to do this. And, oh my God, I'm not in Philly. I don't know what to do. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and you order it there. You're going to get it by Valentine's Day. Don't worry. $59. $59. Visit the website. It comes in a beautiful gift box, too. Personalized cards, so you can say, oh, I love you, I love you. Free shipping in the continental U.S. This guy does it right, Steven Singer. IHateStevenSinger.com or 888-I-HATE-StevenSinger. Again, you can see some pictures on his website, but they suck, the pictures. Go to Opie's Twitter or Opie's YouTube. You'll see a good depiction.
Yeah, it's Opie Radio on YouTube. Ozzy Osbourne is hilarious, and you'll see the fucking rose right in front of Jimmy's face.
Then you go to IHateStevenSinger.com, you order it. It's great. Long stem roses dipped in 24-karat pure gold. Steven makes it easy, like I said. Or if you need a little assistance, 888-I-HATE-StevenSinger. You talk to a personal shopper if need be. They sold out last year. Don't be an idiot. Order them now. Get them right in time for Valentine's Day. Take advantage of Steven's free shipping. IHateStevenSinger.com. And please tell them Opie and Anthony sent you.
Is this us? No bed? Oh, there's the bed. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, we're going to talk about ProFlowers.com. I got to tell you one thing about this ProFlowers.com. The latest thing I'm doing with these guys.
Yeah.
I send flowers.
Yeah.
Once a month for a year to special people in my life.
Wow. All right, that's pretty cool.
It's a great. I know we're going to talk about Valentine's Day and stuff, but I just want to tell the folks that I've been doing that. I've done it to 3 people so far, and
I really appreciate them.
And every month it's all it's flowers coming in the mail for these fine folks that I love in my life.
And Pro Flowers knows how to do it. They certainly do. You want flowers to last. You don't want to get them and have them wilting 2 days later. They last like longer than 7 days.
Yeah, they figured out how to send flowers in the mail, that's for sure.
Now we're talking about Valentine's Day.
Right around the corner, right?
Yes.
2 weeks away, more or less?
Yes. You want 1 dozen Sweet Expression roses, $29.99. Double it. Double. And it's just $10 more. That is a hell of a deal. Both offers, you're going to get the free glass vase, the free set of lavender-scented bath accessories. Pamper your girl. Come on. You haven't tried ProFlowers, what are you waiting for? ProFlowers roses, guaranteed, like we said, to stay fresh for 7 days. You can't lose. Trust me. Opie?
Yeah, I'll do this part. I was gonna jump in after the next line. It's all right. This is what you got to do. They make it really easy. You go to proflowers.com or call them, 1-800-PRO-FLOWERS, and you mention Opie or Opie and Anthony so they know that we turned you on to ProFlowers. You could go to proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. That's right. Remember that microphone?
Do you see it?
Go there right now. Proflowers.com. There's a microphone in the upper right-hand corner. You click on that. They're going to ask for like a password. Type in Opie, O-P-I-E, or you can give them a call, 1-800-PRO-FLOWERS. Now, Valentine's Day, I believe, is on a Sunday this year, Anthony.
Yes.
That makes people nervous.
Uh-oh.
They are guaranteeing that the flowers will be delivered on Sunday this year.
Valentine's Day delivery guaranteed.
That's how powerful this fucking company is. I think they got FedEx. They talked FedEx into coming in on a Sunday just to take care of the flowers. That's how big this company is. Proflowers.com or 1-800-PRO-FLOWERS. Mention Opie and Anthony, or when you click on the microphone, type in Opie, O-P-I-E. Proflowers.com. Yeah, what happened to that Jets fan? They're showing the video. He was down in Indianapolis for the big game. The big game.
Yeah.
Not the big game, but the big game.
Big game. They got some video, I guess. Somebody had their phone out and
cops roughed him up, tased him.
Yeah, roughed him up a little, hit him with the old taser, shut him up. I guess he was yelling at some fans. They were going back and forth, and he was a little too boisterous, I gather. And the Indianapolis Popo decided to pull him out, throw him on their car, and give him a little jolt.
Was that after the game or before?
I think that was before the game.
Oh, so everybody's just yelling at each other in their different jerseys. What a bunch of fucking assholes. Fucking idiots. Those millionaires. I think they're yelling about you. Guy with mullet. Fat guy with man tits. You fucking... Look, I'm not knocking sports fans, but...
You don't wear your jersey?
Just the jersey on the... gotta show loyalty.
Sports fans.
Really? Half the guys that say that cheat on their wives.
but they're loyal to their sports team.
Exactly. Dopes. Had enough of sports fans.
I give props to the guys that wear the jersey and, like, let's say the Islanders are playing the Flyers. The guy wears the Flyers jersey to the Islanders home game. Those guys, I give them props. That takes balls. I can't do that.
I don't know.
You just want to enjoy the game, and because you got the jersey on, and it's not your team, and it's not the home team, or whatever. They're pouring beer on you and stuff, and now you got to fight your way out of the fucking play. Who needs that?
It's complete idiocy.
But the people that do it, God bless them. I can't do it. I can't fucking wear an Islanders jersey anywhere else but the Coliseum, and I barely wear them there.
They buy the extra large one because they have to put it over their hoodie so everybody knows what team they're with. I'm in Team Jets. Yeah, are you?
Are you?
Just clap when they score. Have a fucking hot dog and shut up. Nice play. Do that.
No one makes me laugh really hard. Excuse me. I'm a Jets fan, but seeing everybody still walking around with their Brett Favre Jets jerseys.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for those people.
Have fun.
Huh? Oh, that's the Devils fan from, I think that's from Patton Oswalt's movie.
Looks like the Bjork fan.
No, that's Dave Putty from Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now that I'm looking closer, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Elaine was just mortified that he was dressed like that.
I
pinned my face.
And he scares
I'm going to go paint my face.
Scares the priest.
Yeah.
We got Devils. Robin Jersey's claiming that he's friends with the guy that got tased, the Jets fan down in Indianapolis. Rob, what do you got on this?
Oh, hey, what's going on, fellas?
Are you really a friend of this guy?
I swear to it. He's from Ocean County, and he plays on a rugby team in town, in the area, in Jersey. And I went to the tailgate with him that day.
and the cops were such dicks. There were Jets and Colts fans on opposite sides of the parking lot, and the cops didn't like where we were standing, so they started rolling their patrol cars through the middle of the Jets tailgate. And everybody was backing up, and I guess Pat didn't back up quick enough, and he kind of shrugged his shoulders like, what the hell do you want me to do? And this dickhead cop, the plainclothes guy, gets out and goes, you got something to fucking say? And Pat goes, no, I couldn't back up. And that's when they whipped him up against the car. And I tell you what, when you're 5 feet away, that taser sound is a whole lot scarier than it is on the video. You really stop running your mouth when you hear that shit up close.
They were just looking at Taser Jet fan.
So did he not go to the game?
He didn't go to the game. They threw him in a holding cell, and they told his father and his brother. He told his father and his brother to go to the game, so they went. But he was in jail. They couldn't get a judge there on a Sunday.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
For what?
Exactly. The only issue was they said the cop said that he whipped the taser out because Pat was resisting arrest, and nothing like that went on, and that's why. We were actually kind of the ones that blew the story up. Once the video went up, we sent it over to the Post. We sent it over to Fox. We threw it up on Facebook. We're just going to try to keep it going for a few days if we can.
Yeah, if you look at the video, it doesn't really look like he's resisting that much, to tell you the truth. He's, they grab him out of the crowd, throw him onto the trunk of the car, and that's pretty much it.
Can I play devil's advocate, though?
Yeah! Devil's advocate.
Look, but don't touch! Yeah. Back up, but not fast enough.
Stand there, but get tased.
The cops. I mean, we support cops. Obviously, everyone knows that. Now, the cops know that everyone has their cell phones out, and they're ready to tape everything.
Yeah.
So why would they take that chance there, Rob?
Because it's fun. It's fun to tase people. You can't, the risk, it's nothing compared to the fun.
Because as soon as there's some kind of commotion, we all now just lift up our phones and start taping.
Yep.
We don't know what we're going to get yet, but we're at least trying, right?
Yeah.
And the cops know this shit.
Do you think they're more naive in the Midwest than they are to the fact that we're going to be all over them as New York and New Jersey people?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as part of the issue here. That's all. I mean, I believe your story, but I'm just wondering why the cops would be that dumb if everyone's filming.
But I don't have an answer to that.
Yeah. All right.
But
hey, what about your buddy? Any chance of getting him on the phone?
Potentially. I know I have his brother's phone number, so I could probably try to get a hold of him.
You want to sit on hold for a sec?
Yeah, we want to get your friend on the show.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Hold. All
right, cool. Let's go to Jim in Iowa. Jim?
Yes, Hope.
Morning.
Oh, good morning, Jim.
Hey, this guy's full of shit. Ian Halpern had this story yesterday.
He called yesterday with the same story about the taser. Look it up. Look it up.
I was 5 feet away. I was 5 feet away, and I saw the whole thing. And just Google it.
Google it.
The video is up. I said this was going to happen before it happened.
Hey, you know what kind of pussy you can get in Indianapolis? Google it. Some of the finest pussy in America. He was working on a project.
A project.
Right.
The cop, obviously, his wife had a stinky pussy, and he was upset. That's the news that's going around. Google it. Google it.
It's an exclusive for you guys, even though I've talked to everyone else before you. Google it. Google it. Google it. You can see for yourself.
Damn.
Every fucking story he gives us, it's an exclusive to you guys.
No, Google it.
And then I go on the internet, it's on every major fucking gossip site.
There are 800 billion reporters calling me, and I said, no, I'm just doing this for Opie and Anthony. Google it.
Google it. Fucking love the guy, though.
He's such a tool.
Supposedly it's Kevin from Connecticut. I know. The cop said to the Jet fan, "You spit on my wrist, wipe it off."
Oh, yeah?
Wait, does Kevin have knowledge? The Colts fans were chanting T-A-Z-E, taste.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Were they? I mean, that's a great line. Kevin comes up with good lines. So is he going for the joke, or is that what really happened? Because it could go either way on that one, right?
That sounds pretty fucking funny, though.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nancy Grace is getting sued because of that woman that committed suicide.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know what the woman had done, but after the tough interview by Nancy Grace.
Yeah, Nancy Grace kind of grilled her in an interview, and then she killed herself. But What the fuck is that?
I wonder if Nancy Grace's company is going to cover her in the lawsuit. Or if they're just going to leave her hanging.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
You would think a company would probably, back her.
You would hope so. A good company would, sure.
Should. Yeah, I would think. Yeah, she's probably totally covered. Any real company would.
Especially if it's in her contract.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Speaking of football, Obama.
What?
At least this guy could make a choice, Anthony.
Oh, Kenny?
He's rooting for the Saints to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, is he?
Usually these politicians like, I like both teams.
Well, if he treats this like he treats his politics, by halftime he'll switch and say the Colts and say he never meant that he was going to go for the Saints.
How great would that be if a president goes, for the first half, I'm rooting for
he should
the Colts. Second half, I'll root for the Saints.
How funny would it be if he went to the game and he was wearing very, very tight, shiny, like almost like a lycra but shiny gold fucking Saints shorts and like a cut-off black shirt
with like a huge bulge,
almost like the fucking cheerleaders in The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
And he was just effeminately clapping, and he had like pom-poms in the booth, and his people like, "What are you doing here?"
How would the announcers handle that? Well, the president's here, and it really seems to be a fan.
And he came into the booth, and he was just talking. Oh my God, the first half has been amazing.
Oh, they just look so good in the uniform, so big, manly. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Holy shit.
Shiny gold, tight, like ball-hugging shorts.
Hey, we got more on the tasing thing. We got a cop. I believe we got a cop. Ed in Indiana. Ed?
Good morning, boys.
Morning, Officer Ed.
Hey, man.
Yeah, about that taser shit. I've had one of those for close to a year, and you go shooting people with it. There's just a lot of fucking paperwork involved. You got to take it to the hospital and
but it's
put pieces of
fun.
the taser and the evidence and shit. It's too much
fun.
work.
It's fun to tase someone.
Yeah, well, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's not fun when they tase you.
I don't know one cop that doesn't think tasing someone is a pisser.
I think if we sat down with the cops, they would go, man, it's worth all the paperwork, all the OT, all the time.
Whatever. Once that motherfucker jolts and goes on the ground,
you don't give a shit how much paperwork you got.
That is your best day at work when you get to tase somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
You feel kind of sad for him, too, because you remember what it feels like and shit, so... sparingly.
We're not going to worry about the emotions of the situation.
I like watching that one tase clip where the cop goes, "All right, enough. We've been tased. We know what it feels like." And she goes, "Well, I ain't never been tased."
Yeah, you're sitting with at the hospital for an hour after that. You'll regret it.
Tasing audio funny every time. I don't care if it's an old lady or...
My favorite tasing audio is the woman, the woman that's talking on the phone in the car.
Oh, I love it.
And they get her out, and she goes, "Get your hands off me. Let go of me." Like, she goes, "Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I will tase you. Get out of the car." And she finally agrees to get out of the car, but she opens the other cop opens the door, and she's not getting out. And once her door is unlocked and open, because she had it locked, the cop grabs her by the arm and brings her out. She goes, "Get your hands off me!" And she started really resisting. Bam! It is classic.
I love that clip.
Oh, Travis has it?
Get off the phone, bitch.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
Open the door, you're going to get tased. Okay? Open the door.
All I gotta say is...
Open the door.
I'm not drunk.
Open the door.
My husband out of the car.
Open that door right there, you're going to get tased. You hear me?
That's fine.
Then get out. Okay? Go ahead and get out that door. Thank you.
No problem. You don't have to touch
Yes, I do.
me. No,
Step
you
out of the
don't.
car,
No,
ma'am.
you don't. I'm getting out of the car
Get out of the car.
voluntarily.
Step out now.
Okay, so you
now.
get off
Step
of me.
out. Get out of the car.
You can get off of me. I'm
Get
getting
out of
out
the car.
voluntarily.
Step out.
I'm getting out voluntarily. You
Okay,
can get
out.
off.
Ma'am, right now you're under arrest.
So, okay, get off of me.
You are under arrest.
That's fine. Get off of me. I'm getting out voluntarily.
Are you going to step out?
I'm getting out. Fine. He's getting out.
Put your hands behind your back.
Look, all I gotta
Put
say
your hands behind your back.
I'm not.
Instant compliance.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Put your hands behind your back.
Fucking best tasering audio ever.
All I gotta say is...
Guy had good timing on the tase.
Oh, he had enough of her fucking mouth.
And Steve from Bayshore is saying shit I can't say, but is fucking hysterical as to why they tased her. She wasn't putting her hands up.
All right, Jesus.
Come on, it's great.
All right.
Fucking Steve, you're a nut. Oh,
The
God.
obvious.
And watching the video, she was not complying
Until they hit her.
She goes to get out of the car. Now, obviously, she was resisting getting out of the car. So the cop grabs her arm and goes, now you're getting out of this fucking car. He wasn't yanking her to the ground. He was grabbing her arm, getting her out, and the second he touched her, get your hands off it. And then she just completely started resisting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! Oh, is that fantastic?
I didn't care for that.
What? It was hysterical.
Mac in Atlanta. Mac?
Okay, this is just an observation, but you know why Obama's rooting for the Saints, right?
Uh-oh. Hold on. Where's my dump button? Go ahead.
Well, you know what the majority is down there, right?
Hold on. Saints fans?
Yeah, Saints fans. That's good.
Much blacker than Indianapolis, you saying, sir?
There you go.
Oh, I didn't see where you were going there. It's, well, according to Mayor Nagin, it's a chocolate city.
Yes.
It should, and it
told
should
the world
remain
it's a chocolate city.
It should remain a chocolate city.
Fair enough. I agree with him.
Yeah.
Is Obama doing that because of the Katrina and all that? Like the emotional angle of the Super Bowl?
That's exactly why he's rooting for them. Yeah.
I think so, too.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. Why would he?
That's what he said. He said he's sympathetic towards what they've gone through.
Oh, really?
Oh, is he?
Plus, they've never won.
Yeah, well.
I think I want the Saints, too, because they've never been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
the Colts.
taking the Colts.
Nice.
Because I am a racist.
Let's go to Matt in North Carolina. Matt?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
Hey.
I am a new officer of the police department down here, and I go for taser training on Friday. I was going to call you guys afterwards and let you know how god-awful it is.
Oh, well, you got to get fucking zapped, huh?
Yeah, definitely. You got to take the ride, brother.
Yeah.
Gotta take the ride.
That's a lot of fun from what I hear.
Would you take the ride?
Nope. Nope.
I wouldn't take the ride. No fucking way, man.
No.
Yeah, but I
that
go on,
stupid pen that Kelly
9
had in was enough.
Yeah, it was enough of a zap for me.
What, Matt?
I go at 9 o'clock on Friday. I was going to call you guys afterwards and let you know.
Yeah, give us a call. Let us know how it went.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dave in Connecticut. Dave?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hi, Dave.
There's been a couple cases recently in Massachusetts where the cops are arresting somebody or they're at a party, somebody whips out their cell phone, records them, and the cop asks, well, can that record sound? And they're actually arresting people under an old wiretapping law saying you can't record a conversation without the other person knowing. And there's been about 3 cases of it, and I think one was thrown out, one was upheld, and there's one pending.
Well, yeah, the
In
cops
public,
have
though.
recording audio, aren't they?
Yeah, but in public, it's a whole nother story. Maybe in a house, I don't know where that would...
Yeah, we need the circumstances of the case, I
Yeah,
guess.
because you're allowed to record shit out in public without people's specific knowledge.
Well, what they're saying is if you're out there with a regular video camera, it's inherent that it's recording sound.
Yeah.
But with all the cell phones and everything these days that can do it, it's not inherent, so they're using that loophole to arrest people that are recording, whether they're doing something wrong or not.
Well, it's mass. That sounds about right for up there. Motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Cops can really do whatever the fuck they want up there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, sir. We got someone from the PD department there to get the other side of that story. Ron, Indianapolis.
Yeah, guys.
Are you on the police force?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry. Wrong. I got bad knowledge. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to tell you guys that Indy police get all wound up over everything. They do the same thing with the Black Expo and the 500 and the stock cars when they come into town.
Oh, yeah?
It's just an attitude.
You got a bit of an attitude.
Like busting a little ass when the crowds come in?
Mm-hmm.
Crowd control?
Yeah, I know a guy that got arrested last year when the Black Expo was on.
What is the Black Expo, sir? What is the Black Expo?
Oh, they have about a week of everything is all centered around the black community. They have football games and stuff like that.
I have a white expo. Can I do that? Can I do that? I want to have that.
It'd be nice if you could, but I imagine somebody'd complain.
I would guess they would too, yeah. All right, so the Black Expo, they roused some people. The Indy 500, NASCAR, they get a little rambunctious.
Yeah, sometimes.
Zero tolerance with crowds, I guess. They have that thing. You ever watch Cops and you see, like, during Mardi Gras? There is no talking. There's no explaining. It is, all right, here's your mission. Go out. You see anyone fucking up, take them down, cuff them, and drag them away. There's no bargaining with a cop at Mardi Gras, or I would guess any of these other big events.
One of the greatest things to do is hang out on a balcony and watch the cops come in with the horses.
With the horses. That crowd control, they can control a giant crowd
and they don't,
with like 2 fucking horses.
And they don't have the horses carefully
they're
milling
banging
about.
into people. That's
the
their
big
job.
Jimmy and I saw that go down.
Yeah,
the big ass horses just pushing right into the crowds for crowd control.
Fantastic.
And man, you'll move out of the way of a horse in a second.
Yeah.
All right, Ron, thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Expo. You hear about the National Socialist movement sponsoring a highway cleanup there in, where is it, Denver?
No.
Yeah. No. And then people are a little up in arms that they want to keep the highway clean.
Well,
you know, it says this stretch of highway clean by, the Boy Scouts or something like that. Apparently, the National Socialist Party decided they wanted to, there's a sign.
They want to help out?
They want to help out. They want to clean up the highway. They're a little
ethnically
segment of the
they want to
ethnically cleanse the highway. Is that where the problem was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought they just meant
they got confused. They thought they were paying for a chain gang.
It's a different definition of taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Nazis want to clean up. Yeah. Well, apparently they put the sign up. I guess is anybody really complaining all that much? I guess not.
I think in one of the news stories that I had heard about this, I think one of the major concerns was that people would research the party that was sponsoring this and then become interested in it. So they were saying, well, they're using this sign as like a recruiting technique in a way.
Hey.
Do you know National Socialism is a legitimate political party? I mean, it's, some people find it very repugnant, and the history, of course, is not all that stellar. But it is just, in essence, a political party. So why can't they just sponsor a stretch of road like anybody else could? Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, good for them.
One more on tasing. Listen to this story from Tim in New York. Tim!
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Tim.
Hey, me and my buddies were in Iraq last year, and we got our hands on a taser, just found it in a box somewhere. We're not allowed to bring them outside the wire or anything anymore. So we were just bored one night and walking around, it was one of those tasers you can either hit people with it or you can shoot the barbs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so me and my buddy decided we were going to, decide to see what it felt like. We were going to tase each other. And my buddy, who was he was an Army captain, huge guy, I don't know, 6'4", 250, something like that. Just a big boy. And we were out in front of this old building that we lived in. And we set up all these old mattresses in front of him, figuring he was going to fall forward when we tased him. But we shot him in the back, and it was like your back muscles lock up completely. And I mean, he just fell straight down like a pillar going down, and it landed straight back on the tile. And those little barbs that we shot him with, he landed on them so hard that they went all the way in, past where the wires were, in his back, and we had to go have the doc take him out.
Well, sir,
how stupid we were for shooting each other with tasers.
How come when he fell like a pillar, he didn't just land softly?
Jesus. Oh, God.
I know.
Oh, my God. All right, Tim. Good story, brother.
All right, thanks.
We're gonna step aside, take a quick break. Opie and Anthony. Perfect timing on that, because they're doing a story on the old Pope.
Yeah, Pope John Paul.
There's a book coming out on the Pope, the old Pope?
I gather.
I'm so irritated because they're going, why he's a saint?
Yeah.
Will you stop it?
Sainthood.
I'm not saying he wasn't a great guy or a giving or a loving guy or a genuine, decent person or a lover of all that stuff, a forgiving guy. But enough. They said Pope John Paul II, he whipped himself with a belt, even on vacation, and slept on the floor as acts of penance to bring him closer to Christian perfection. That doesn't make you a saint, whipping yourself with a belt.
What is this saint thing all about?
I don't know.
I know they're a pretty good football team, but
what if you... Good one, Chip.
Yeah, it's Saints. What's he playing? The quarterback or something?
What is sainthood all about? After you die, then you get this thing?
It's just... It's, it's ridiculous.
How do you go to the podium and pick up your award, though?
Exactly. It's a big thumbs up.
Oh, my God. Here's a public relations disaster.
What?
They're playing Mason the Haitian. Look at they're macing
they're
the
not.
Haitians. Yes, they are.
Really?
They're
But they've suffered enough,
the starving
Anthony.
Haitians because they are not standing in line for their food.
Oh, my
They're getting a little
God.
rambunctious, so they just took those big industrial mace things. Look at this. See? They slide through the fence.
Oh, my God.
And then the military was macing them.
Well, they're hungry.
Yeah, well.
You can't blame them. They're hungry at this point.
And then everything you eat after you're maced is Cajun.
Yes.
It tastes very Cajun.
Why the man do that? He ruined my pudding.
Caribbean Jam.
Caribbean Jam.
I don't like when he maced me. It hurts my goddamn face.
It hurts your face?
Yes, it makes my eyes all runny and makes my eggs taste bad.
Why didn't you just stand in line and wait your turn for the food?
Because I'm hungry, stupid. It's been 2 weeks and them serving ice cream. It's hot. I told the man I got to go to the bathroom and he maced me.
He maced you? God damn. I fucking love Caribbean Jimmy.
That is just a nightmare in Haiti.
Yeah, they got to mace him because if not, it'll be a riot.
Well, you want to go Haiti or you want to continue with the Pope thing and the sainthood? I don't get the sainthood
Yeah, we
thing.
talk about the same thing.
Okay, well,
they want it now. Is the argument that they want to?
No, you didn't explain what sainthood is.
Give them a saint.
What, these religious people die and then they're up for sainthood?
Yeah, but
and
you
what does
gotta
that mean
fit.
then?
There's a certain criteria to become a saint.
Right.
Like Mother Teresa, didn't she become a saint or something like that?
I don't know what Terry did.
I know you gotta be like good.
You have to have one confirmed miracle.
What?
Yeah, that's one of the things for sainthood.
Holy shit!
What was the Pope's what was her confirmed miracle?
Yeah, let's start with her. Old Terry. What was her confirmed miracle?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And who confirmed it? Yep, that's a miracle.
The miracle maker did.
Yeah, what was the miracle?
Ted the miracle maker decided if it's a miracle. Maybe we're overdoing Ted, but I can't
Handing
help
out
myself.
sainthoods.
Right.
I just don't know.
Ted's in charge of sainthoods.
Can we just look up her miracle?
Yeah, we're looking up her miracle, her one confirmed miracle.
Who the fuck I've had enough, and this is all religions. Can you stop? Just stop it. That's the only thing
I wish it was that easy, Jimmy.
Yeah, right.
There'd be a lot less problems in the world.
Everyone's just gonna go, yeah, Jim.
You know what? That Jim Norton's correct.
done.
We gotta just stop.
I tell you that
A lot less wars. A lot less people dying.
the idea of sainthood is almost childish.
Yeah.
Will you stop? It's a guy. It's like this is one thing I don't like about the idea of the Pope. I hate when people go, Holy Father. It's like you're supposed to address God that way, not a guy.
Holy Father.
Toodly-doo.
Well, he's infallible.
He's not infallible. He's a man.
I'm a man. My name's Fred.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Nuts.
Like you.
Like you. What's the problem?
Because I don't like the idea that if you want to talk to God, you got to go to a priest. And it's like I don't like the fact that these people are middlemen to God. Just talk to God.
I'm with you. If you got to wipe your ass every morning, you're not a holy father.
Toodly-doo.
Toodly-doo.
It's the concept of it that drives me crazy.
Well, organized religion drives me absolutely insane there, Jimmy.
2002, the Vatican recognized as a miracle the healing of a tumor in the abdomen of an Indian woman, Monica Besra, following the application of a locket containing Mother Teresa's picture. Monica Besra said that a beam of light emanated from the picture, curing the cancer's
Who
tumor.
believes that? Maybe it's the photographer who's the saint, or the locket maker.
As Jimmy screams that, the answer would be millions and millions and millions of people, Jimmy.
But I'm saying,
unfortunately,
it doesn't make fucking sense.
Of course not.
And the same lady saw the Virgin Mary and cornflakes.
Yeah.
Cut the shit.
That really is a non-miracle, unconfirmable.
What's wrong with you guys? You don't believe in wizardry?
All right, Dr. Ranjan Mustafi, who told the New York Times he treated Besra, said the cyst was not cancer at all, but a cyst caused by tuberculosis. He insisted it was not a miracle. She took medicines for 9 months to 1 year.
Exactly.
Thus curing the cyst.
So he says that, and the church is going, what? No. This is the closest we got. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're going for it.
They had to find something.
Well, they had
to make, yeah.
They want to make a saint.
Me.
Too many years without a saint. They had to come up with something.
Apparently, you need 2 miracles to become a saint.
What, just double the
requirements? Just one to become blessed.
Oh, is she blessed or is she a saint?
Yes, she is blessed.
What does that mean?
God wanted her a saint. He'd have miracled that tumor out of that one.
Blessed is blessed, but saying it differently. It's like Forked River, New Jersey. It's fucking blessed and forked.
Blessed.
Wait, wasn't there a book that had the word bless?
Oh, multiple blessings.
Yes. I just want to bring back an old bit.
Multiple blessings.
So she had multiple blessings.
Yeah.
What's another? Who's the last saint? Who's the last person elected saint?
Hold on, this guy knows a little something about Mother Terry. What do you know on Mother Terry, Chris from Arkansas?
Yeah, I read a book, and what they said is when they tried to make her a saint, one of the miracles was supposedly where early on in her career they had a documentarian that was filming her in this low-light situation in India, and he supposedly used film that should not have really gotten a good exposure at that light level, and then when they developed the film, it looked all beautiful, and they were like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Look at this heavenly light shining down on
Oh
us.
my! Are you kidding? The case of the camera improvement? Oh my good golly! Holy shit! You know what? It was amazing. It was a low light thing, and all of a sudden, the digital camera, the quality was beautiful.
And supposedly later, though, the cinematographer came out and said that it was actually a different film that had just been developed, and it actually was good for low light situations.
Of course it was.
It's not a miracle that a picture came out clear.
If she can cure cancer, really? How about you run through Sloan Kettering?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a jog down the fucking hallway in Sloan Kettering?
Yeah, just touch people. I got it.
No, that would be giving them more cancer. I got it.
Well,
Cancer for you and you and you and you.
Her second miracle was supposedly curing cancer. I think after she died, some lady put a medal on that was from her representing Mother Teresa, and cancer was cured. But supposedly that one, the devil's advocate basically said that...
Yeah, a little locket.
Had a brain tumor. I put my wig on him. It went away.
Yeah, crushed him.
Guy had hammer toes. I put my lifts on. I'm a saint.
Yeah, continued success.
Somewhere Colin Quinn is yelling at his radio.
I know he hates that.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Well, we're learning about miracles. You know, and if we do believe in miracles, does that mean the 1980 U.S. hockey team, they're all saints now?
Yes.
Because there was a miracle going down in 1980. Yep. So they got to have sainthood at this point, right? Yeah. Anything else on Mother Terry there, Chris?
That's it, but just for the record, I don't believe in miracles.
Why?
Sounds to me like an ugly life.
Who sang that great song, Do You Believe
the
in Miracles?
I believe in miracles.
Oh, it's I believe?
Since came along, you sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles.
I said to the tumor, continued success, because I root for the cancer. I put a little wig on it.
Travis, we want to hear a little I Believe in Miracles. Who did that song, Ant? Do you know?
Temptations?
Hell no.
Spinners?
Spinners, maybe?
Teddy Pendergrass?
No, let's
No, it wasn't Teddy.
I believe. Hot Chocolate, everyone's saying.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Hot Chocolate?
I was just naming black artists.
What a dumb name for a band.
Exactly.
I believe in miracles.
You sexy
hate that one.
And the Pope would whip himself with a belt and sleep on the floor. It's like, what acts of penance are those? If you're sorry, you're sorry.
What else is the Pope supposed to do?
How about living a happy life and just being nice to people, which I think he was.
Let's get the rest of this story out.
In a new book, Perché è Santo, Why He's a Saint, the Polish prelate spearheading John Paul II's bid for sainthood says the Pope practiced self-flagellation, whipping himself with a belt to emulate Christ's suffering. According to the book, John Paul
comes a little short. I think that comes a little short, whipping yourself with a belt and being beaten, bludgeoned, and nailed to a cross.
He probably just liked being spanked.
Wow.
As a man. Hey, as a man. I'm talking about the man.
Yeah.
That's all he was a man.
Just a man.
The man part of the guy. Might have
think?
liked a little... and found a little loophole.
You know what? If they want to hand out this fucking miracle bullshit, how about the fact that you're made of nothing but goop, yet, like, you can see shit. Like, your eyeballs are just goopy round things, but you could see through them. How about you shove your dick in a vagina and a new person's made? Holy fuck, that's a goddamn miracle.
That used to be known as a miracle.
Yeah.
Really isn't. It's just a bunch of fucking goop making more goop.
Up that, like, goop can make shit and see shit, and your brain is nothing but goop, but it holds all these stupid memories and everything. It's not... I can understand if it's like a machine. But, like... The idea that goop makes electricity and fucking holds little memories and little cells, that's fucked up right there. Everyone's a saint.
Why couldn't we have the iPhone 100 years ago, though?
Why?
I think that shit.
I don't think we could have figured that shit out.
Why?
They have the
figured it out
iRock.
now.
It's an iRock. You just hold a rock and touch it. It does nothing.
That'd make you a saint. If you walk from one end of 6th Avenue to the other and you don't get your call dropped, then you should be fucking nominated for sainthood.
That would be a miracle,
iPhone.
right?
Sure would.
We're learning more about the miracle process. Bill W. in Connecticut. Bill?
How's it going,
Bill! Hello, Bill!
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
All right.
Yeah, to become a saint, the second miracle actually has to be after death.
The second miracle has to take place after you die?
Then how do they attribute it to you? What do you got to do? Call somebody or fucking do the Watusi in front of a whole bunch of people?
What if you're performing
Apparently, like, if their picture will heal you or something. So, yeah, I think it should be the photographer.
But that's ridiculous, too, because what if you're performing the miracle from beyond the grave and no one was paying attention?
Well,
what if the person wasn't looking at the right moment when you're performing your miracle from beyond the grave?
God makes sure.
He does?
Yes. So you're saying pretty much you have to be a zombie in order to become a saint because you have to do something after you're dead.
Yep, and one miracle before your death, though, so they're pretty strict.
That's a little strange.
And zombie saints,
I think it's easier to believe in Santa Claus than you know.
Hey, I wake
the
up,
Heavenly Father.
there were presents under the tree. That's all I know.
That was a miracle.
Everything else is based on complete faith when it comes to religion. At least there was a substance there. There was a fucking bicycle under the tree.
And you're like, how did you know, Santa? How did you know?
How did Santa know?
And the cookie had a bite mark in it.
Oh, yeah?
So you knew Santa had been there. Yes.
Yeah.
I never knew at that point that it was my father biting the cookie.
Oh, Jim.
Drinking the milk.
Yeah, when'd you find out?
Well, my girlfriend hates when I'm Jim Chipperson because she hated Chip so much that I would just start doing Chip lines as me. And she said it was so much worse. Like with the waiter would come over and he'd say something. I'd go, oh, that's a little, pricey. What are the chicken going to walk over?
Oh, no.
It would drive. She's like, I fucking hate Jim Chipperson.
Now the guy can't even think, all right, he's doing like a character. No one's that stupid. The girl would not be with him talking like that.
Just want to jump in for a second. We're going to be talking to the Jet fan or the Jets fan that got tased.
Wait, did he just? Oh, I wish I was going to say.
He's on local TV here in New York, and he's doing our show next. We got him.
He looks like he just.
Resisting?
Yeah, it looked like he pulled his arm away when the cop tried to yank his arm back. And it's like, even if you shouldn't be getting arrested, you can't do that. If the cop's pulling your arm back, you got to let him cuff you. The cop's not going to give up.
You're not going to win by resisting. That's for sure.
He's not going to go, oh, okay, we made a mistake. No cuffing.
Yeah.
Maybe we could define our own miracles today.
Like?
Oh, other miracles.
Hey, Jim, you're covered. It's a miracle.
That would be one.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe we could define our own miracles. Thinking.
I could think of a miracle.
Yeah.
Like if a man was swinging his penis in a helicopter circle and juju beads were flying out of the hole into the mouths of hungries. That's a miracle.
Yes, into the hungry.
Yeah, why aren't the miracles really amazing?
Yeah, really fun.
Like,
The
completely...
miracles suck now. In the old days, it was, you're walking on water. You water into wine.
Parting the Red Sea. That's
Parting
a miracle.
The Red Sea. You're doing miracles. Real miracles.
What was that about? Did it ice over or something? What happened?
What? No. Moses,
What's the explanation,
raised that
though?
staff up and yelled, "Let my people go." And the seas parted up.
And what was Moses, 800 when he died?
They lived a long time.
Yeah.
Back then.
I'm not giving up on this miracle thing, and Greg in New Jersey has one.
Greg?
Carol, Mike?
Hey, fellas, how about Sully Sullenberger for Pope? That's your miracle.
Sully?
What
Is
Sully did, that's more of a miracle than the dumb cis being fucking cured.
Yes.
So Sully Sullenberg is now a saint in our eyes.
Yep.
Very good, sir.
Sully.
That was a miracle, right?
That
no
was a
people
miracle.
died?
No one died. He lands a big jet in the river. Come on. But that's only one. So now after he dies, he's got to do something else.
Yeah, like his picture will have to heal people.
Yeah.
Like people with overactive sex drives will look at his fucking BJ Honeycutt mustache and be cured.
What if he had a magical mustache? Sully
that's
has
where
a
his
magical
power is.
mustache.
And for you to be healed, he has to put his nose in your vagina and tickle your asshole with his stash.
His mustache.
Great gag.
He
I
sure
should
is.
use that.
Especially if it was a scam.
You think he might have a magical mustache?
I think he does.
Mustache.
If he shaved that day, everybody would have died.
That's it.
They would have died. Oh, back to this. Oh, someone else wants to know if the newsreader said self-flatulence instead of the other. Instead of
flatulence, like he's just farting.
Yeah, sounded kind of like that.
John Paul II often slept on the bare floor while serving as bishop in Poland as a spiritual exercise of self-denial. Why he's a saint also reveals the late Pope actually forgave his would-be assassin in the ambulance on the way to the hospital after he was shot in St. Peter's Square on May 13th of 1981. The Pope publicly forgave his attacker 4 days after the assassination attempt and visited him in prison 2 years later. The Vatican must confirm a miracle attributed to John Paul's intercession in order for him to be beatified.
That's not news!
No.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry.
That's a wacky story.
The Pope, look, you can't say the guy wasn't a good man. He's probably a very sincere and loving guy. He forgave the guy. That doesn't make him a saint. He was just, he believed in forgiveness. And the guy, by the way, who shot him was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He's a nutty motherfucker.
He's out now.
Sure.
Gonna write a book.
Yeah, they let him out.
Is he writing a book? Who's going to read it? Babble, babble, Pope? Oh, interesting. Babble, babble. Guy's an idiot.
I'm sure the Pope is a nice guy turning a blind eye to all those abused children.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
That's a
good
miracle.
Point. I like the new one better.
Okay. Yeah?
Because he addressed it, yes.
He was in the Hitler Youth.
And the other Pope was too conservative.
Yeah.
Listen, guys.
Sure.
The listeners are going with the miracle thing I kind of set up.
Okay.
We got Steve C. Calling from down the hall.
Oh, no.
Yes, Steve C.
Good morning. If I show up to work on Monday, is that a miracle?
Yes. I actually went after a big guest and got him. I want my sainthood.
I didn't eat a cheeseburger this morning.
I put a video up without the Foundry logo.
That's a miracle.
Put my picture in the church quickly. Saint Steve.
Put my mouth down.
That's great.
Yes, I'm Saint Carlisi.
We have a stop-in guest.
Oh.
Hey, Bobby.
Bobby texted me and told me he was coming. Sit, man.
Hi, Bobby. Let's
It's
go to
the fucking one-way motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. We'll get to you in a second. Who is this? Ked in South Dakota.
Yeah, gentlemen, you, in front of a large crowd of people, performed a miracle when you cured Wheelchair Fred of his crippledness.
Let me tell you, Ann and I have been through a lot over the years, and one of my top 5 moments, easy, was the time Anthony decided to cure Wheelchair Fred in front of a packed house up there in Boston.
I made him get out of his wheelchair and take about a step and a half until he fell flat on his face
in front of everybody.
And the crowd wanted to kill me.
With horrendous feedback because he grabbed the mic stand thinking that was going to help him.
To balance
and
him.
everything fell.
It fell over. All you heard was... and he crashed on the floor right on his face.
And then the beauty of Boston, because there are animals up there, they went from loving us to hating us within a second, and everything we gave out that night, they started whipping at us on stage.
I was so into it, like I got caught up in it. I'm like, you are healed. Now walk, you are healed. And I have my hand on his head, and he's like, I'm healed. I can walk, I'm healed. And he started getting up, and I'm like, this motherfucker, I got powers. I got powers. Step and a half, wham, right on his fucking face.
Well, because he had really strong arms, so he was able to lift himself up, so it looked like he was kind of standing, but his legs were...
No weight on his legs.
His legs were still dead, but we didn't know that at the time. And then it's like, let go of that wheelchair.
Now let go and walk toward the crowd.
And he's screaming because he's getting into it. He thinks there's a miracle about to happen, and I've never seen a body fall better in my life.
And
then all of a sudden, the CDs and probably the WAF ice scrapers, whatever the hell we gave out, started being thrown at us.
All of the swag came back.
I think it's one of the only gigs we actually had to bail. We were in deep trouble because people were fucking pissed.
I didn't like that. We made a cripple fall on his face.
No. There's a vagina and I'm keeping my erection. It's a miracle. Nominate me for sainthood. Quickly.
Funny you should say that. Steve C. on the line. He called back. Yes, Steve C.
Yes, this is Saint Stephen, the patron saint of glory holes. And my miracle was that I walked on a lake of cum and then drank it.
Yes.
I turned water into cum.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Let's go to Bill in Virginia. Bill, talking about miracles. Bill?
Good morning, boys.
Hey. Good morning, Bill.
I have severe IBS, so I have a dry, clean wipe. I consider that a small miracle.
That would be a miracle. See, now we're talking miracles.
Bowels are all irritable.
I cut a fart and semen shot out onto the back of my ankles. It's a miracle. Because it wasn't in my hiney. I swallowed it.
Let's go to Tim in North Carolina. Tim.
My stomach is back to its original size. It's a miracle. I have defied the doctors.
Oh, fuck, is that good? Tim.
The parting of the Red Sea was actually the tide going out.
Of course it was.
Standby.
Of course it was.
Oh.
Then how did human beings survive if they thought that was a miracle?
They're idiots.
They saw the tide going in and out, right? Every day after day. Maybe it was a tsunami or something, and then the water was now going back to where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just silly.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it was a big storm, right, Ant?
Well,
Maybe it was HARP.
It also
HARP caused the parting of the Red Sea.
Yes, it was a conspiracy. They painted the water with thermite paint. Douche.
You know what, dude? It's a miracle. I went fishing and I caught something.
I didn't catch anything.
Oh, a miracle there.
Well, it's because you didn't have the miracle gift.
I certainly did not.
I don't like...
And then the asshole wanted to catch a fish for me like I was 8 years old. I'm like, no, I'll catch my own fucking fish.
I'll catch him, you can reel him in.
That's what he actually... That's what he's actually pulling on me. I'm a fucking grown man. Yeah.
Oh, we spent $200 on that fucking jackass.
I liked him, actually. The Vietnam vet that looked like he was going to kill us at any moment.
Tony.
He
had a flask.
Tony. He couldn't go a lousy hour or two without drinking. He kept disappearing. I'll be right back. Oh, like we don't know what you're doing.
Colin Quinn should be nominated for sainthood. I talked to people and they understood me. It's a miracle.
Well...
Patrice should be nominated. He had a nice interaction with a white woman. It's a miracle. Nominated for sainthood.
What's up, Bobby?
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah, Bobby texted me. He's like, I'm coming in. I'm like,
well, yeah, one of your friggin' interns called my house at 7, and they don't even, it just comes up 469 on the caller ID, and he didn't leave a number. He goes, the guys want you to call in. Click. And I live 4 minutes away from the studio.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm calling in
No,
when
you
I
can
could
just
walk
come
up
down
here
here.
and I have nothing else to do anyway.
I am a little upset.
You are.
Because I heard some... Yes, because...
We're all upset, Bobby.
I have a good friend that I work with on a daily basis named Jimmy Norton.
Yes, I'm well
and
aware.
there seems to be some type of movie production going on.
If you want to call it that.
You have something to do with.
Yes, I'm one of the producers.
Yes.
The producer, yes.
And Jimmy Norton was not even asked to participate in said movie.
Right.
Which, what is he, a piece of shite?
No.
Now, you need...
Yes. Okay, yes.
This better be a good excuse as to why he isn't being utilized.
Well, you know what happened, and this is what I found out yesterday.
Oh, this is never.
Is that
this is not good.
You know, we all, me and Joe DeRosa and Billy Burr came up with this idea.
All right.
From reality, Joe wanted to cheat on his girl, and I sat with him for a couple hours, giving him all my advice on how to cheat on a bitch.
Did you tell him that he should fucking slide into the room and sing, I go from rags to riches, with his fucking big ragu hairdo?
Ragu.
Or did you tell him that he could probably crawl into something the size of a quarter because he has no shoulders? Yes, you just slip it like a garden snake.
And then, whatever. Billy Burr got involved. We were like, we should. There was a lot of funny shit said. We were like, why don't we just film it? Because we have nothing going on. At least me, I have nothing going on. So why don't we just film some of this? Just do it. And then it got to the point where, Comedy Central bought it and they were going to do it and blah, blah, blah. And then we took it back because Comedy Central wanted to own everything and do everything. So we took it back and said, we're going to pay for it ourselves. And Joe had asked, I want to direct it. And we were like, you know what? Go ahead.
You guys, the little rascals.
Well,
we're putting on a show.
Exactly. And Joe we let him direct it and get everything together because he wanted to. And I'm literally I got treated on the. First of all, I didn't cast it. Joe cast it.
Right there it was. Okay, hold it.
Yeah.
After all the talking you just did, I finally heard you just pass the buck to Joe.
But wait a second.
There you go.
It was basically, I was thinking of this, calling for the thing. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? Because there's only like 6 rolls in the whole. It's 15 minutes long. There's 6 rolls.
You have 3 of you.
Yeah.
So you needed 3 more people.
Yeah, we needed.
Oh, this gets even better.
Colin, and who else?
Colin, and then Bonnie.
Okay.
Because we needed
Voss.
we needed a mediocre chick that Joe could maybe fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
And then, which is great casting, if you ask me. And then we have Jessica, the girl from the cell, the hot waitress, who's the girl that Joe wants to fuck.
Right.
Which is, never fucked him in high school, and now saw him do a comedy show and wants to fuck him. Which is totally believable.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
And then we got Voss is a doorman.
What?
He's the doorman.
You can't play a doorman.
What? Because he wouldn't
He's not smart enough or tough enough.
Right. He wouldn't allow Bonnie to be in it unless he was? Was that
No,
it?
because Joe originally wanted Attell. He had Attell to play the doorman, but Attell's a flake and didn't call him back or whatever.
Doesn't call anyone back.
Now, what's wrong with Jimmy Norton being the doorman?
Abso-fucking-lutely. But at the time when we were casting this, Jimmy is, first of all, one of my only friends is probably working all the time.
Look at Jimmy in the eye.
Jimmy's one of my. Look at me, Jim. Jim.
Jimmy's making sad pouty face.
Really look at you.
He's the sweetest boy.
Jimmy. Yes. Jim, look at me, Jim. Look at me.
Okay.
Just look at me.
Look at the acting.
Yeah, look.
Actually, it can't be acting.
I would love to have you
It's gotta be real.
in the movie. I really would.
I want to be in the movie.
But
And I just didn't think you had the time because you're very busy going back and forth from LA and the TV in this show and all the other things you do.
But nobody asked.
yeah, no one even asked about his schedule or anything.
That should be up to Jimmy to decide.
How come Joe
Bobby.
would think that Dave has the time? He has a better career than I do. He's more famous than I do. Why would Joe think that Colin Quinn has the time?
'Cause he
to me-
does.
This to me sounds like a bunch of lies.
No, Colin,
That were
first of all,
constructed after the decision was made.
Colin Quinn has the time. He does.
I mean,
You don't, Jim?
huh?
Jim, I love you, man.
But you left him out
I
of
didn't.
the whole
I
fucking
didn't.
production.
I'm a producer. You know what I am? I'm money.
Well, the producer's technically in charge.
Yeah,
No,
producer
well, it's
makes all the fucking
that's what I thought
The
until
exec producer makes
until
the decision.
yesterday. I almost got into a fight. I had all my rage, all that respect shit. You know, I have respect. You don't respect me, I want to stab you in your fucking eyeball and fucking rip your Finally, I'm on a movie set where I should be treated nice and not be fucked with, treated like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I almost got in a fight with the guy yesterday. He little passive aggressive little fuck. He wanted me to sit in at this thing. To sit, you know, for camera. But
now, who is this?
The fucking assistant director. He fucking this motherfucker.
He's got more power over you, the producer?
It was there was two things that happened yesterday that fucked me up. I was looking at the monitor and he turned it. I was like, "What is this? What is that?" And he goes, "Just don't look at that." And I almost got up and went, "Don't you I fucking bought that fucking monitor, you." But because I'm a psycho, so I just said, "Just chill out, Bobby, chill out."
Yeah.
And then there was another thing where Billy has to open a door, and I said, "Billy, just give me 2 beats," because it's a big steel door, and I didn't want to get it in the face.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "You need to open it quicker." Well, Billy said, "Somebody told me to open it slower," and he goes, "Whoever said that was wrong." He knew I said it.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
"He don't like you."
Well, I go, I was like, dude, if he opened the fucking door, it would have hit me in the fucking face. So who's wrong? And that was like uncomfortable.
So now look at these fucking prima donnas.
Oh, dude, but I had to.
Great.
I had to pull way
fucking
back.
amateur. Fuck you.
Oh, it was terrible.
Look at you.
It was terrible. But I think what happened is I don't think any of these people Joe hired, because Joe did a lot of work. He really busted his ass. But I think all these people he hired think that he's the guy. And he's the. I think they just answer to one
project,
guy.
right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess.
What kind of equipment? What is this being put down?
It's a 15-minute film. It's being put on the. It's a good camera. I mean, look. I was surprised yesterday how good it looked.
Is it digital or is it film?
It's digital.
But if it's 15 minutes long, could it be called a film?
Short film. Yeah. It can only be 15 minutes long to get in festivals. Any over, you won't get in any festivals. What a prick that DeRosa is.
Yeah. See.
Let's get DeRosa
now
on
it's
the
DeRosa.
phone.
Now DeRosa gets called out, and guaranteed he passes the buck to Burr or something.
Nah, he won't. I don't think DeRosa will.
Get DeRosa on the phone.
He's not smart enough to pass the buck.
Yeah.
He'll try to, but he'll give it to himself. He'll go, come on, man. I just thought, look, I was going to do it, but then I realized I didn't like you.
I'd say he had a chip on his shoulder, but...
I'd probably slip right off.
Oh, chip.
He doesn't have a shoulder on his shoulder. I had a bunch of shoulders one time. He's actually doing a good job. I mean, I saw it yesterday, some of the footage. Joe, I really fucking surprised the shit out of me.
Now, is he really directing, or is he assistant director, or do you have a DP? What do you have?
A director has to think of the whole movie beforehand, put it all together, sit down with everybody, his crew, and then say, this is what I want, and figure out how to get it. So the shots and all this crazy shit he's putting in there, and like the opening shot, I was like, fuck, this looks kind of good. I mean, the content isn't. You're not going to be fucking. Let's just not get carried away. It's not like everybody's going to be like, this should be a movie. It's not going to happen. It's going to go to a couple festivals. Maybe win a couple things, little things that mean nothing.
Not have Jimmy Norton in it.
Nah, why would it?
Yeah,
what have I ever done for DeRosa?
Exactly.
I didn't host an HBO show that him and Burr were on.
No,
I tried to get Bob on, but I couldn't because of the Comedy Central.
And you know what? When you were out, we never had him sit here so we could plug gigs.
No, not at all. I had nothing to do with that.
Stuff. No.
I thought I wasn't on HBO special because of the Torgasm thing. Oh, was that it? I think there was a lot of bridges burned in HBO for Torgasm and all that shit. Well, honestly, what I was told was Comedy Central, and there was other people they vetoed that were Comedy Central, that had just done Comedy Central. Yeah, I don't think. And at least that was what I heard from the women, who I don't think would have bullshitted me. I mean, but that was what they said. They said nobody just did Comedy Central because they wanted HBO's content to be different. Right. Anyways, Jimmy, I would have loved to have you in the movie.
All right, we go to DeRosa now. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, we better.
Want to take a break? Get Joey on the phone, hopefully.
Yeah, but he's not too busy.
Jim Norton does not get that picture. It's perfect.
He's filming right now with Bonnie.
Make him a big star.
Like right now?
He's filming Bonnie's scene right now.
Well, fucking, he could put down the camera.
Yeah, why would he say,
talk to us?
Hey, my friend who's been nice to me.
That's right.
I'm doing a movie. Maybe I'll put a little part. It's a little, hey, yeah, okay, if I can,
Before
I can.
we say Joe who, he better get his ass on the phone.
And the second did you just say DeRosa's working right now on the film so we can't call in?
No. I just let you know what he's doing.
No.
I didn't have any.
But you said he's busy?
No, I said he's worried. Well, I mean, I'm just letting you know what he's doing.
Let me just let you know something.
Okay, Anthony.
A little director by the name of Kevin Smith, who did put Jimmy in a couple of fucking movies.
Why not? Can you say real movie at the end of that?
Was able to call our show during the time he was working. So I think Joe Scumbag Fuck DeRosa can maybe get away from his 1988 camcorder and fucking call the show.
Exactly, he's actually making it on tape.
I want Ant to be my agent.
That rocks, man.
No one kicks around on little Jimmy.
Ant's like an old school agent.
That's it.
Joe DeRosa went to voicemail. We tried to call him, so...
He never liked me, Joe. He never liked me.
No, he
does. He knows I'm funny, but he doesn't. He never liked me.
No, he likes you.
No, he doesn't.
You can tell.
He likes me mildly and casually, the way you like a mild, casual person.
I'll tell you what Joe's problem is, and this is what it is. With everybody we asked, they didn't even. And this is the weird part too, is you do this shit movie, and Dane actually got fucking mad that I didn't put him in it. I'm like, are you like people get fucked up? Like it's like, why wouldn't you put me in your movie? Because it's such a when you make it, you're like, this is bullshit. I don't even want to insult somebody. Honest to God.
Didn't you say, hold on.
What?
You just said it might win festival awards.
Hold on. We don't pick up on everything, unfortunately, on this show. Greg on Long Island, go ahead. Hit Bobby with some knowledge.
I want to make sure I heard this right.
Yeah.
Bob, you said that it's a 15-minute film and that Jim is too busy. You didn't want to ask Jim to say that. He's too busy to make a 15-minute film?
Yeah, it's not like you're fucking making Avatar. It's going to take up the next 4 years of everyone's lives.
I could have stopped it first of all. Be done by 6:15.
First of all, you know that. Dude,
thank you, Greg.
Dude,
good point.
2 minutes to make 2 minutes of film. It took all day yesterday from 6 in the morning until 7 at night to make just to shoot our scenes. It was fucking awful.
It's just funny that
you
said that.
You guys just don't want Jimmy in the film.
No, I understand.
You really should.
I would love you. And I actually sat down yesterday when I heard your Twitter. I was like, is there anything we can get him in for? They are read.
What's DeRosa's
when I read your Twitter.
What's DeRosa's Twitter? Maybe the fans ought to give DeRosa a little message.
And Burr, too.
About, and Burr.
I know Burr 15 years.
No. It literally, we would get phone calls. I'm thinking of this guy for that. What do you think? Sounds good. Yeah? We're even leaving like,
there it is.
Joe DeRosa's Twitter is a thankless fuck. That's what he is on Twitter. A thankless fuck.
So what happened? You said yesterday maybe there's a part we can get Jim in
And what?
Who vetoed it?
Nobody vetoed it. It was just like, I'm thinking we should probably get him in. I think Jimmy was mad that he wasn't in this. And he was like, really? Why would he be mad?
Jimmy, play hard to get at this point.
I'm not going to do it.
Now don't even fucking do it.
Would you really have done something?
Yes. Really? Of course. Stop acting surprised. If you ask a Colin and a Tell, two of the most brilliant comics working, you're asking good comics.
Yep.
What about Voss?
Because he's Bonnie's ride.
Yeah, exactly.
You got him there.
Here it is. Let Joe DeRosa know how you feel about Jim Norton not being included in this film at Twitter, of course.com/Joe DeRosa Comedy. That's DeRosa. It's all one word, of course, but DeRosa is DeRosa. Joe DeRosa Comedy. Tweet him and let him know the displeasure of Jim Norton fans that he wasn't even considered for a role in Joe DeRosa's shitty fucking movie.
Yeah, not even a hey Jim. Could you do one line or something?
Anthony,
yes.
No, me and Billy are producers on this.
You've said shitty movie about 10 times.
I'm a producer,
but you passed the buck.
Don't let Burr off the hook either. Burr has a pull with DeRosa.
I wouldn't let that guy off the hook.
Burr can bat around DeRosa. I've seen it.
Let me just say something.
I wouldn't let this Bobby guy off the hook.
Burr look at me and Burr put up the money. And literally, Burr, you call Burr and be like, what do you think about this? Yeah, fine. I mean, he was in L.A. doing his thing. The reason why we put up the money and we didn't direct it, we were on the road fucking working.
So if you said Jimmy Norton for a part, he'd be, yeah, fine, whatever.
We'd love Jimmy in the role.
So
no, you would do what they asked.
I would have loved doing something.
Said Burr would say it's totally cool.
Yeah.
You totally cool.
Yes.
DeRosa fucking did not even want Jimmy in this.
No, that's not what I said.
All three of them could have just chipped in and said,
Norton's cool. Norton's good.
Norton's fight for all of us on the radio show.
I would like to say something.
Yes, Bob.
I would like to cross-examine No, listen,
Oh, yeah?
that's not what I said, Anthony.
You got
What'd
your
you say?
film.
I didn't say he didn't even think of Norton. No, he didn't turn down Norton. It's not like he said fuck Norton. He just
isolate that.
the roles.
He said fuck Norton.
That's not what he said.
You just said
Look,
No,
you'll
you
hear it
were
back.
saying.
You'll hear it back in the
Right, we'll
replay.
play
You
it
said
back.
fuck Norton.
I said he didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, he
What did he
just
say?
the roles that he. It was like, what about Colin for this? Yeah, that sounds great. I'll ask Colin. I'll see if he'll
about
do
Norton?
it.
What about
And then-
Norton?
No, he said,
When
I'm
did it
thinking.
come up in
hang
conversation?
on. This is how it happened. I'm thinking of Attell for this. Okay, great. I'm thinking of this lady. Okay, cool. What do you
Here.
think about Bonnie? All right, that sounds awesome. What about Rachel something for the waitress? Great. That's how it happened. That's how it happened.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to get
That's
back.
how it rolled down.
All right.
We didn't have a meeting, and we didn't audition people.
All right. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to continue this in a little bit, but we got to take a break because the Taser guy is here with a special guest, his lawyer.
Oh, lawyer equals funny.
Holy shit.
Every time.
Dude, get that up on the, do we have the, can you get that up on the...
Yeah, we'll get the video. We'll get it all set up. We're talking about the Jets fan that was tased down in Indianapolis. The story has legs. He's claiming he didn't do anything wrong, and he's pretty much telling the world.
I'm gonna say something because from the video I saw, there's a little resisting there.
You're going to bring that up?
There was one moment that looked like it, but again, I want to know what he was
Longer
thinking.
than just a moment.
Make sure we have
he
the
was
video.
Not putting his hand behind his back.
We also have Bobby Kelly, of course, and Russell Peters.
Oh, I love Russell.
Yeah, he's coming at 9.
One of the biggest comics in the world, right?
He's the Indian Dane Cook.
Oh.
That's what they call him.
He sells out everywhere. in the world.
Everywhere he goes.
Singapore, Australia, Dubai, the U.S. He just has an amazing following.
And DeRosa says, fuck him.
Yeah, why would he use Russell Peters?
DeRosa, yeah, actually, he did say fuck
Fucking,
Russell Peters.
what does he fucking DeRosa think he is? Jack Waltz?
I know.
Jim Norton doesn't get that pod. It's one line. It's mediocre. It'll make him nothing. Like the poor Yoo-hoo and fucking DeRosa's awful fucking wire hairdo.
Yes?
The tweets at Joe DeRosa Comedy have begun.
Oh, have they?
Oh, yes, they have.
Joe DeRosa Comedy is his Twitter address. Let him know that you're not pleased.
Now, I'm not saying I needed a starring role.
What do you got?
But you could have one line for your pal, like just like a, hey, Jim, you're the guy sitting there. Could you order some soup? Or maybe be really funny and make a big funny face?
Of course.
Like if you were going to do something like a funny, what would you do?
Like as the scene was happening, I'd be in the back like going...
See, that's hysterical.
With my hands over my head.
We're all laughing.
Or I'd be...
What do they say about Joe DeRosa?
Well, this person says, why didn't you put Jimmy Norton in your piece of shit movie, huh?
Anthony.
You faggot.
It's not a piece of shit movie.
That's the listeners.
No, you said it.
You said it first.
Hey, shit, Dick, why the fuckity fuck isn't Jim Norton in this short bus film of yours? Hey, you Egyptian shit, Dick.
Exactly. Fucking rotten bastard.
And there's been 17 more tweets since I started talking.
How dare you not even consider sweet, adorable little Jimmy Norton? Oops.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
And then it says something about his horse-faced boss. I don't know.
That's great. Exactly. You think he's actually going to bring up the fucking value of your movie? He'll come in here to plug it. I'll spit in his big dumb teeth. I'm telling you, I'm really good at this. No, you're not, dry teeth.
God, I want to boss in now. Joe DeRosa Comedy. We got to go to break. Bob Kelly, Russell Peters will be here in a few minutes, and we're going to talk to the guy that got tased in just a bit. Stay there.
All right. He said fuck Norton.
All right, let's go. Russell Peters is here. We're going to have him on the show in a few minutes. One of the biggest comics in the world.
Yes, he is.
And we got Pat, his father Tom, and his lawyer Ron about to enter the studio. Now, Pat is the Jets fan that was in Indianapolis.
It's all over the news today.
And he got tased by the cop.
Yeah.
He's saying he did nothing wrong.
You're out, Tom.
Come on in.
Really? Sure. Right him in.
This should be good. Pat with his father and his lawyer.
And his father apparently is a lawyer, too?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm led to believe?
I guess they don't understand the come on in signal.
That's all right. Hello? look at it. They look a little different.
Yeah, right.
Look a little different in a suit.
Come on, all serious.
Yeah, they are. Files and paperwork.
Look at this.
Look at this. Damn, it's like...
they got legal briefs.
Like I'm watching Forensic Files.
They got briefcases and ties.
That's great.
But I see your father's going with...
Get comfortable, gentlemen.
I see, Pat, your father's going with the casual blue horse on his head.
A big horsey head on.
Yeah.
Now, Now, we've been watching the video. It's been all over TV and the internet all day. Been watching this. And I know NYPD cops pretty well. I think they're a lot more lax and relaxed when situations happen. They'll just sit there and blow it off and go, hey, guys are just blowing off steam. Did these cops seem to be looking for some kind of trouble or...
Yeah, I guess you got to
possibly.
Actually, Pat, walk us through it. Walk us through it, because we're only seeing the video when the cops are pretty much
right there. He's just like
pushing you around and
put your
stuff.
hands behind your back.
Yeah, but before this, we want to know what was going on. Like, walk us through.
What started the whole melee?
I don't know. I was just driving. I was walking around, cheering, whatever. They're driving through the tailgate. I didn't know what they were doing, why they were driving through the tailgate. I never saw anybody just drive through a crowd of people like that. And I'm trying to get out of the way. Still trying to have fun though, or whatever. I kind of looked at the guy like I couldn't see in the car or anything. I looked over. I'm like, I couldn't really get much further out of the way. I just give him a little,
like the shrug, kind of, hey, like, what's up here? Yeah,
what are you doing? And immediately gets out of the car. You're under arrest.
Wow. Did he didn't tell you?
To me?
Oh, really?
Yeah, all kinds of shit.
Wow.
Did you say anything to him?
I said, I'm getting out of the way. What are you talking about? I don't know if I said, what are you talking about?
See, right now, it looks like, Danny, go back a little bit. This is what we just, walk us through it, because it looks like the cop is, hold on, wait till we get to I wanted to fast forward a little bit.
He certainly does fling you on that trunk. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the cop car is really just driving right through the middle
Driving through people.
Yeah.
There were two cars.
Yeah, two cars.
And
this guy gets
out.
out.
He gets out of the car. He's walking over to you right now, but it looks like he's pointing over your right shoulder.
You can hear it on YouTube. He says, what the fuck did you say to me?
Oh, could you turn it up? Do we have the volume?
Yeah, you fucking,
That would help.
He's cursing.
We're going to listen.
You got a fucking problem?
To single you out.
They said I was cursing at everybody and throwing beer and taunting other fans. None of that is true, which baffles me. I really don't see how they had any reason to arrest me. I missed the whole game. I was just...
Hold, Danny, pause just 1 second.
Damn.
Yeah, the cop does jump out and go, what the fuck did you say? It is almost like a schoolyard thing, like... the cop jumps out. What the fuck did you say to me?
He said, "What's your fucking problem?"
Yeah.
That's Pat's father, man.
Now, at one point, because as I'm watching the tape, it does look like you're not putting your hands behind your back. That kind of gets.
He didn't say anything. He said, "Get up against the car," and I'm like, "All right." I get up against the car, and then he's like, I'm like, well, "What did I do?" I might have said something like that, and then I go to the back of the hood. Like, he throws me to the back of the hood. I didn't know he wanted me to go to the back of the hood.
Now, when he grabs your arms,
trying to pay attention.
You kind of pull that left arm away from him.
I did a little bit. I went like this.
And that's when he kind of gets a little rambunctious.
I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but I didn't know he was trying to get me to put my hands behind my back. I was trying to, obey and just get along as easy as possible.
Was pulling your arm forward kind of an instinct because you just all of a sudden 1 minute you're standing there, the next minute you feel like you're being thrown against a car and like, what the fuck?
It was my instinct of like, get off of me, basically. What do you want?
Plus, the cop was treating him like it looked like the cop was trying to treat him like to bitch him out, like I'm a batter ass, fuck you, and that's an instinct for a guy to be like, fuck,
So he put you against the car, and then on the next moment your arms are behind your back, like he
and then my arms are behind my back, and they're saying, put your arms behind your back, and I'm like, they are behind my back right now, and at that time, the taser was on my back too, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. So you got tasered?
I didn't actually get tasered. He was, I felt it charged, and I thought I was tasered the whole time in like jail afterwards until yesterday. Somebody said the police reported out that I wasn't actually stunned or anything.
The picture was ominous, where they showed that front page picture where he's like, ah!
If he was actually tasered, he would have been on the ground like a piece of bacon.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm thinking, well, if I was tasered, I probably would have been a lot.
Yeah. So now, what did they charge you with, if anything?
disorderly conduct and
public intoxication.
Public intoxication. Had you been
3 beers?
Drinking 3 bears?
2.5.
All right,
You saw the beer get thrown on the ground.
The third beer went on the ground right there. You saw it.
How many hot dogs did you have?
I had a decent breakfast.
So they had you been arrested before?
No.
No? So you didn't, know exactly, hey, I put my hands behind my back.
I didn't know what to do.
Oh, okay. So, and then they take you to some kind of holding facility where you then missed the entire game?
Entire game, 8 hours. To both games, I saw half of the Jets game here and there. I like to watch the game. I watched every game this year, every game probably my life. I don't know.
Wow.
But you weren't tasered. See, I didn't know that. So what is the story now? Like what you get put up against the car. They probably, from what it looks like maybe they overreacted a little bit, and they shouldn't have done that. And the guy was alpha mailing and pissed off that you probably, you were like
I
watching.
don't know. Yeah, that's what he.
So what is the push of this? Is there a lawsuit or?
I'm not sure.
Lawyer, what do you think?
I think we're looking at it. I mean, I think my take on this whole thing is that
there, hit a mic there, lawyer.
There it is.
You got me now?
Actually,
Yes.
Ron the lawyer.
Thanks. I think you had some overzealous, out of control police officers, maybe some overzealous Colts fans. I think if he didn't have a Jets jersey on, they probably wouldn't have grabbed him. I also think that what the Indianapolis people have to be concerned about, and we don't blame the Indianapolis people or the Colts, but we think this. I'm saying if he had a Colts jersey on, it wouldn't have happened. I'm saying the Colts people come here to New York. They come to the Meadowlands. Hopefully, there's no retaliation by our local police. But I'm concerned about out of state fans, whether they're police or not, abusing our Jets fans. And I hope that there's no retaliation by our local New York police or Jersey police against Indianapolis fans or fans from any other team.
Well, can I ask the attorney? Because you figure it looked like I feel that maybe they overreacted a little bit, but you weren't beaten in custody or anything like that. You weren't injured by the police.
No.
It sucks you missed the game, sure. But what is when you sue? What are you saying? We want
let me just tell you this: when you're a 26-year-old kid who's never been in trouble before, and if you look at that film, you see the way that cop grabbed him. You see the way the cop tried to jam his head against the trunk of that police car. You see the way they pushed him around. They treated him like he was their punk, like he was their bitch. That's the way they treated him. And then they grab him, they throw him in the back of the car, they lock him up, they keep him in jail for 8 hours. They kind of tacitly coerce his old man into putting him in a diversionary program, paying $150 and letting him out so he won't have any kind of record and he can go home. If you don't think that traumatizes a kid, you're wrong. It does traumatize a kid because he's never been in trouble before in his life.
Well, he's not a kid; he's an adult. But I'm not saying that you're right to be arrested. But you are an adult.
He's a kid to me.
Well, he's old enough to serve in the military. He's an adult. But my issue is, even though I agree it was an overreaction. I do agree with you, but it just seems like, what are you saying when you're suing them, to get, maybe you should be refunded the game?
I'm saying
the airline tickets.
I'm saying do something with the police. You see, what you had here was no more than a regular tailgate party. And you've been to a tailgate party at the Meadowlands. This is no different than what was going on there. If you can't get the police who are trained well enough to handle a tailgate party, which is what this was, retrain them, reassign them, get rid of them on the police force, have the police respond in damages somehow so that there's some preventive measures so that they won't do it again.
Wait, can I? Yeah, I know what Jimmy's going to say, and I want to say the same thing. You see the police car going right through the tailgating party. What was going on that they felt like they had to break up that part of the parking lot with their police cars? I'm sure it was just some yelling back and forth between the fans. No fights, nothing like that, right?
No fights. No.
So it was just a basic,
just kind of breaking balls, probably.
They wanted the parking spaces. They said they needed. They wanted to make room for other cars to pull in.
So there's no real reason for them to be aggressive with their cars to begin with.
No, they wanted to make. There was a lot of empty spots, and there were people that were going to be coming. This was 2 hours before the game. There were people that were going to be coming that were going to need spots. They had permits, but nobody came and said, we want to park, and we're prevented.
Right.
And they didn't come on a speaker and say, hey, we need to make room.
Sure.
But the one guy with the whistle, I think they were mad about him, and then they came back with a second car, and that's when they drove through the crowd. And then they wrote a report. And the worst thing about it is they write a report, an affidavit the guy signs that says Pat was cursing, throwing beer at people, and that he then went up to Pat and some other guy, and there was no other guy there when he got arrested, but he wrote an affidavit saying that he arrested 2 people at the same time. And he said, I told those 2 guys to stop, and they refused. They kept cursing at people, and then I put him under arrest. And, you know, when I saw that report, when I got him out of jail, I said to the prosecutor, I said, no, this is the wrong report. This isn't it. And she goes, no, look, there's his name on the bottom. I said, well, that's not what happened.
And it's on video, so.
And then you look at the video and you look at the report, and it's 2 totally different things.
Wow.
So, you know, they lied on the report. Okay. And if they did it to him, they're doing it to other people. So, you know.
Were there any incidents that day, because you're saying they should better train the police department, were there any incidents that day of any type of police brutality or allegations that they, other than this event where they probably overreacted?
Don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
And what are the Colts? What was their response? Have they had a response to you yet?
No.
Okay, so what is it you want from them or the city?
Well, I want a couple things. Pat doesn't concern about an apology. He's not concerned about an apology, but I think he deserves one. I think I'd like to see these police retrained. I'd like to see them reassigned. I'd like to see them out of the way of, I'm using the expression, kids at these tailgate parties or adults. I mean, if they don't understand that when there's an AFC Championship game and people come a couple 100 miles to watch the game, and guys like my 2 friends here who are rabid Jets fans are going to get, you know, the way people get at tailgate parties, then get them the hell out of there.
Is tailgating
put some
legal
police
there?
officers there who have some self-discipline, some self-control, and if not, then they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay some money so it doesn't happen to other people.
Can I ask you a question?
How about a beer with the president?
My only issue is you're saying, like, you're saying control and stuff. And again, was the cop really out of control?
Yeah, he was out of control.
He didn't hit you?
Look at the tape.
Oh,
he grabs him.
Yeah,
Hey.
Look
at the cop who has the taser on the back of his neck, ready to go. He activated that taser. He was ready to go. I don't know if the taser just didn't work at that time, or if he didn't push that button to make it go. But that cop was ready to taser this kid, and this kid didn't do anything.
What if their argument? Well, absolutely.
And to single, you got to look at the whole thing. You can't just look at him slamming him into the trunk. He looked like he singled you out for no apparent reason. Like, I didn't see any reason why he would get out of his car even and approach you. You were doing nothing different than anybody else.
He didn't like your attitude, which I don't think is an arrestable offense.
Cops didn't even see or hear his attitude.
Cops are nervous too. They're regular guys, and they're going into driving into all these guys, testosterone. They're insecure too. They're real insecure.
Yeah, you know
and
what?
he
If
was
he would've
ready.
kept driving,
he was ready to go, though. He was ready to go.
If they would have just kept driving, there would have been no problem.
Most cops are insecure. That cop going, "What the fuck did you?" That to me is sign the cop is looking to be confrontational, to me, unnecessarily.
Then I say, why doesn't he just say what really happened in his report? I mean, if he felt that way, why didn't he just say what happened? And why did he make up this crap about cursing, throwing beer at people? None of that happened. That's just crazy.
It's, you know, when you get into a fight, though, I mean, he was probably nervous, too, driving into a bunch of guys.
Right.
You get
He
nervous,
wasn't in a fight when he wrote that report.
But in your head, you don't, the same thing. You don't know the details. After you come out, you're like, oh, well, I was so crazy, I don't know what happened, too.
He should have been, you know what I mean? More responsible, I think.
I'm not making an excuse.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
Just said no communication whatsoever to me. I asked a few people, what are they doing here? Nobody knew.
I think a momentary overreaction by a cop in that moment, it doesn't justify retraining. Had he used that taser, totally different. I mean, had he tased you,
the picture on the front page of the paper was like, wow, this kid got tased.
Yeah, and lucky for him, you're a white kid because, oh boy, if you'd have been
a plunger,
if you'd have been a black kid, that would have been all over Johnny. That cop would be somewhere fired, suspended. Something like that.
Keith Robinson got cops home and they pepper sprayed him and he pooped his pants. Yeah, he shit his pants. And they should have pepper sprayed him. He was 6 cops, a comedian we know, and he just wouldn't put his hands behind his back.
Keith is an ass.
Keith is an animal. Then he goes like this, pepper spray me, bitch. I eat that for breakfast. And they did, and he went, ah! And they gave him some breakfast and he shit his pants. He shit his pants.
Oh, my God.
Well, how did I not know about this? Hold on, we got a couple really good phone calls coming in here. If the lawyer, get some headphones.
For the lawyer or Roger Daltrey?
I can't wait to see it halftime, sir.
Hey, no problem.
Roger D.
He's on a show called Kung Fu.
And maybe the cop didn't like Will Ferrell movies or something. It looks like Will Ferrell.
Russell Peters has made a show here. Let's say hi to Mike in New York. Mike.
Colin, can you hear?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, listen, this kid got a bad beat. All right, what happened? Sounds like
Yeah, he got assaulted and he got a bad beat. He got thrown in jail. Okay, it happens. But Jimmy, I think you're hitting a fair point. What are you getting out of this? This is where the lawyers come in, and I see this as a financial opportunity. The lawyers are going to hop all over it. You know what, kid? I think you should be reimbursed for your tickets. But these lawyers come in and they start telling them, look, financial opportunity. That's the problem with America today, is that the lawyers are all over the place.
Well, you think this is an issue of financial opportunity for the lawyers? Then you're an asshole. How about that? Because this guy's got nothing to do with financial opportunity, jerk off. This has to do with the fact that a kid who drove hundreds of miles to get to a football game to watch a team he's been cheering for since he was born get thrown in jail for 8 hours and get kicked around by the police. If you think this is a financial opportunity for lawyers, then you got some retraining to do yourself, pal.
Well, did you fly or drive?
They
flew.
Do you get that? You think this is a financial opportunity? I'm talking about retraining. I'm talking about reassigning. I'm talking about not having some out-of-control asshole go grabbing a kid because he doesn't know how to handle a tailgate party, which is no different from any party that you might ever been to at the Meadowlands. You get that? Do you get that?
I think
because if you don't get that, then get the hell off the phone because you're wasting my time.
This lawyer's going to tase you.
Wow. All right, let's go to the next call.
Verbally tased.
We got someone calling from Indianapolis. Steve.
Hey, boys, thanks for taking the call. First of all, thanks for coming to Indianapolis and spending your hard-earned money. We can use the cash here. Second of all, to the attorney, I believe you said it twice that you hope that it doesn't happen to Indianapolis Colts fans when they come to the Meadowlands by the local police. And I see that as a threat. And also, by the way you just handled that last call, you're clearly doing a disservice to your profession by calling somebody an asshole when you're there on the time. Come on, dude.
Well, I'm not sure what your question is, but you know what? But whatever it is, if you perceive of what I'm saying as a threat, I'm just telling you this. I don't. But there are those people who would think that if a Jets fan goes out to Indianapolis and he's treated the way this kid was treated out there, that it is possible that we got some loose heads out here in the New York, New Jersey area that might get a hold of somebody in a Colts jersey who had a few drinks and decide to treat him the same way. How'd you like that if that was your brother, your mother, your father, or your kid, son? How would you like that before you start talking about out of control?
It sounds like he pulled away from the cop, which is clearly actionable by the police officer to protect himself. He didn't
pulled away from the cop. You sound like somebody who'd be defending Rodney King.
Dude, no, I'm not. And the Indianapolis Police Department, by the way, they have to patrol this thing called Black Expo every year in Indianapolis, which every black youth comes out to party his ass off.
So now you're a racist on top of being an asshole. Now you're a racist. Now you're a racist. Now you're putting the black white thing into this. What? I know this is radio, pal, but these are white people we're talking about here. This has got nothing to do with black people.
You're not demonstrating your professionalism by using that type of words. I mean, you can do that on the opening NXT show, but come on, you're there as an attorney. Why don't you use some regular words?
You mean like you just did? Like fucking? Like you just did? What do you do for a living, character? What do you do?
I'm a salesperson.
You're a salesperson. What do you sell?
I sell pharmaceuticals.
Oh, you sell pharmaceuticals. Well, that's a great industry.
Drug dealer.
Hey, you're a goddamn drug dealer is what you are. Hey, listen, friend, I want to tell you this, too. I want to tell you this. Now, shut up and listen for a second. My friends tell me that they found everybody in Indianapolis to be some of the most gentlemanly, kindest, nicest people they had ever run across. And the statements we make about the police involved in this incident, perhaps, and I'm not sure, but perhaps some rogue cops who lost control of themselves for a few minutes. What I'm telling you is that is not to us meant to characterize the entire folks out there in Indianapolis. These guys tell me that they had a great experience out there until this incident happened. They got nothing but high opinions of the Indianapolis folks out there, and probably the police out there are a good bunch, and we get it. You know what? I'm a prosecutor locally where I come from, and I work with police on a regular basis, but I recognize there are rogue police officers out there. I'm not saying these are rogue police officers, but I'm saying these are not police officers who ought to be assigned to handle tailgate parties. You really disagree with that? I mean, if you looked at that tape, are you telling me you think this kid deserved to be roughed up, handcuffed, thrown in a car, locked up for 8 hours? Are you telling me you think that was okay? Are you telling me you think that was okay or not?
He's gone there, sir.
All right.
I have a question for the attorney. What's your name? I don't want to just keep calling you.
Ron Sage.
Do you handle cases of talent who has disputes with their radio companies?
Ron, we want to talk after the show.
We have some things to be worked out here.
We want to hire you to talk to our bosses, set them straight.
You can sit.
I want you to call them friend and pal and champ and all that.
Can Ron sit up straight if he wants to? Ron, you can if you want. They extend. I like it the other way.
Hey,
did you hold on? There's been a dispute here. You said drove for 8 hours, and you said Continental for the breakfast. Did you fly in?
No, the Continental breakfast.
Oh, okay. I think
we stayed the night before.
Okay.
We flew out of Philly to Washington to Dayton.
Okay.
And then drove about an hour and a half out of Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Damn.
And then the way home, our flight got canceled out of Washington, which sucked. We were flying out of Washington. We had to rent a car to Philadelphia.
I think the Colts should forfeit the Super Bowl because of that. And let the Jets go in. That's what I think. Can you get that, Ron?
Pat, you didn't miss anything. The game sucked.
You missed 2 good quarters.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, imagine if they won. How pissed you'd be.
Man.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got
really fighting for Super Bowl.
We got some inside info here. Who's this, sir?
Hello?
Yeah, you, brother. Go.
It's Exec Protect. How you doing, guys?
All right, man.
Hey, Ron, question.
Yeah.
Cop, a reserve cop. Did I read that?
I understand he was specially assigned.
Oh, boy.
Was he special ed assigned, or was he...
Was he a part-time cop?
I understand he's a full-time cop somewhere, but was specially assigned to a security detail at the game.
Okay, which means that he probably doesn't know how to handle crowd control, right?
Well, he didn't know how to handle this crowd control.
No, without it, because if you look at the video, you can see, and being I'm a security specialist, and reaction and people's body language, and I'm sure you can understand that being a prosecutor. You can see how he just seems to be. I live upstate New York, where they have these part-time policemen, and these guys get about six. I think it's 6 months of training or 6 weeks of training, and usually it's the guys who cannot become full-time policemen. I thought I read somewhere he was a reserve cop.
Dude, what mall do you work at?
I don't Anthony,
all right, let's say hi. Everybody wants in. Let's say hi to Jared. Jared.
Hey, Jared, what's up, man?
Jared.
Speak and be spoken to.
Oh, my God. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Hey, man. Look, Jimmy said it a little while ago. This guy is 26 years old. He's not a kid. Stop referring to him as a kid. He's an adult. It sucks he went to jail. Boo fucking who? I went to jail at Mardi Gras. Fucking deal with it. Quit calling him a kid. He's an adult.
Is that your problem? I'm calling him a kid? Is that why you're calling? Because you got a problem maybe referring to a 26-year-old guy as a kid? Is that your problem?
No, sir. I don't
All right,
know.
well, then what is your problem? What is your problem? And why did you get arrested at Mardi Gras? What the hell did you do at Mardi Gras? And did you deserve to be arrested? Did you deserve to be arrested at Mardi Gras? Did you? Did you deserve to get arrested at Mardi Gras?
No, sir. Somebody pushed me, and I bumped into a cop. I went to jail for 8 hours.
You punched the cop. You punched the cop. Did you see this tape? Did you see this kid do anything? You punched the cop.
Kid. Stop it.
Your problem is referring to him as a kid. How old are you, pal?
I'm 43, sir.
And you punched the cop. How old were you when you punched the cop? How old were you punched the cop? How old were you when you punched the cop?
Oh, man.
How old were you when you punched the cop? Were you over 30?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. Another asshole. Okay, let's go.
Jimmy, don't let this guy get off with this shit.
All right, let's go to Mike in Boston.
All right.
Mike.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, this is for the lawyer. You mentioned that you wanted the police in Indianapolis to be retrained.
Yeah.
And then you, which I can understand, but you also mentioned that you're worried about the New York and New Jersey cops coming back at Indianapolis fans. Do you have any intention of training or putting forth some sort of action to train these hypothetical New York and New Jersey cops that are going to rough up an Indy fan?
Hey, you know what? Have you ever heard of this happening in the Meadowlands? And you haven't, have you? And the reason you haven't is because down here we train our cops so that they know how to handle tailgate parties, which is what this was. This wasn't some out-of-control crazy affair. This tailgate parties with young people and older people who were drinking, who were partying.
Happening.
Huh?
You said you're afraid of it happening.
Well, you know what? I mean, frankly speaking, there are those people who saw this incident and said, what the hell are the Indianapolis police doing? If it's Indianapolis police, so I understand it's Speedway police or some adjacent town. What are they doing thinking about tasering a kid for nothing? And I'm saying that there are those people who might be thinking about, hey, you know, maybe somebody with a Colts jersey on ought to have a taser stuck on the back of his neck and locked up for 8 hours to see whether or not this is the kind of behavior that's approved on. That's all I'm saying.
So you're worried about it. So what actions are you going to take to prevent that from happening, since you're so concerned about this happening in New York and New Jersey?
Well, what action do you think I'm going to take, jerk off? I'm not the governor of the state. I'm not the governor of their state. I'm just another schmuck lawyer from a small town. I'm just some country bumpkin from Freehold, New Jersey. The hell you think I'm going to do about it? I can't make the law. Come on.
Because you want to make changes happen in Indianapolis, though, don't you?
I want these cops to be retrained or reassigned. Sure, they can't handle crowd control. They can't handle a tailgate party. You want your kid to be at a tailgate party where this kind of crap happens to a 26-year-old guy? I mean, for nothing? You want your kid subjected to that? You want him locked up for 8 hours in front of his dad? You want him to be traumatized?
That's what I called about.
Think that's okay? Then what did you call about?
Did you forget my question already?
I think you might have forgot your question. You want me to come up with some retraining for the Meadowlands police who don't need it is what I got, and I think maybe you're smoking something because you don't seem to get the drift of this conversation.
Your comment earlier said you were worried about it happening.
I'm concerned. There might be some folks who think about retaliation. Let me tell you something. If this kid had a Colts jersey on, I don't think it would have happened to him. But he hit everybody like they're drunken assholes because they have a couple of drunken assholes.
Everybody says they always had a couple. Shit, they have always more than that.
Ooh. You think this kid was one? Did you see the tape here?
No, I haven't seen the tape.
Then get off the phone. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Watch the tape. Call me back. Watch the tape. Call me back.
All right, let's go to Kevin from Connecticut. Kevin.
I will talk to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Ron is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed Asthma, can you back off the mic? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Well, he was getting excited. He was breathing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ron, you were breathing
about it.
I was breathing too loud.
You're going to stop him from breathing, asshole?
Let's go to Jonathan from Connecticut. Jonathan.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I'm an attorney in New York and Connecticut. I agree completely with this attorney. I just think he's made a slight error in not being more specific. There's no money involved in this for this lawyer. He's not going to make jack shit.
Thank you.
It's a minimalist case. It's something called deterrence. He's trying to deter this shit from happening ever again.
Thanks.
To anybody else in any city, whether
You got
it's New
it.
York,
You got
New
it.
Jersey, or Indianapolis, or my fucking state of Connecticut.
You got it. You got it, pal. You got it.
Yeah. Hey, does Pat have a record now?
left.
There's nothing. Lacrosse.
No record.
No record for
He's got
Pat?
an arrest record, actually.
I was going to say, can you guys get the arrest record removed? Do you know that?
Well, he's not going to have a record when this is done because his dad. Here, let me have his dad answer that question. Hang on a second.
The papers that he actually signed said that we were just trying to get out of Dodge that night, and the papers that he signed for this agreement said that he had to agree that he couldn't expunge the arrest record. I didn't understand that, but
what?
It's a dismissal, but there'll be an arrest record.
Why would the cops want you to sign that? Because does it make them look bad or like they wasted time if it's expunged?
They wanted him to sign a paper that would basically, I think the idea behind it was to relieve them from any potential liability. And, I think, reading between the lines on that, that's what it says. Whether it actually does or not remains to be seen.
Right, if they drop the charges, then it's like they're probably thinking you could step in and go, all right, now look at what you did to me for nothing.
Yeah.
Instead of having some kind of charges there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got more people on the phone, too.
Oh, yeah, we got this guy from Long Island. Sir, what do you got for the lawyer or Pat or Pat's father, Tom?
For the lawyer, what I have is if you get a settlement or they offer you a settlement, are you going to turn down the settlement and go through with what you want to go through with, or are you going to take the settlement?
Well, see, first off, I have clients. I don't make these decisions. These decisions are made by my clients to what they want to accept. But in terms of whether a settlement would be accepted, I agree with the lawyer who just called in from, I believe, Connecticut, and that is my primary focus. And there may be Indiana lawyers involved in this case or Illinois lawyers at some point in time, but my primary focus is to make sure this kind of crap doesn't happen again. Period.
Okay.
Out there or anywhere else. That's my primary focus.
My name is Taint Lover, by the way. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, the
Who the hell named you that? What the hell? Your mother looked at you when you were born and said, "I'm gonna name you Taint Lover." The hell was wrong with your father?
Not all inclusive of the whole incident. The tape's not all inclusive, and we'll find out at trial.
Yeah, we'll find out. Stay tuned.
All right, we got Norm in Cape Cod. Norm.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
This lawyer is just such a piece of trash. He's a typical ambulance chaser. For him to sit here and say he wouldn't make any money off a civil suit is a complete lie. The kid signed off saying that basically that he had done something, and he signed off. He's done. That's all. End of discussion.
That's the end of discussion? Then shut the fuck up and get off the phone, you stupid asshole. You're completely wrong. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You talk like a goddamn asshole. You don't have any common sense. You don't know what you're talking about. Did you even see the tape here? Did you even see the tape?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You see the tape? What do you think? What did you see the boy do wrong?
You're an ambulance
What did you see the boy do wrong?
When you went to
What did you see the boy do wrong before we shut off your mic?
What part of your lobe did you have removed when you went to get your outlaw? You're a piece of shit.
All right.
That's all you are. That's all you are. You're an ambulance chaser. Look at your own website. Look at your own website, garbage.
Ooh. Okay, nice talking to you.
Your own website. Oh, I won't charge you until we get a settlement.
All right. Next case.
Wow.
Vicious. He's very bitter.
Where's Tom? Is he
He
hiding?
wouldn't say what he
He's
saw
all
on
right.
that tape, though.
Hey, are you
Ron single?
Hey, Ron, are you a family friend besides the lawyer? It seems like you guys know each other pretty well.
I've known Pat since he was born, and Tom and I used to work together for years.
Right on. All right, let me say hi to Cody in PA. I don't know what he wants to talk about. Let's see. Cody.
Hey, yes, I just wanted to have a comment for Ron.
Sure. He's the lawyer. Yep.
Yeah, there's lawyers like you are like tampons. Every push that kid needs one.
Oh, that's a horrible joke.
Oh, man.
What does that mean?
You are an obvious asshole, too. I'll tell you. This is I don't know. You know, I say it to you, this is one asshole call after another. I swear to God, stupid.
They said he was throwing beer at people. He wasn't. They even said that he tried to go up to him and tell him to stop, and he didn't. It's not just one. I mean, it wasn't little mistakes that he made writing the report. These were bold-faced lies. I mean, he sat down and tried to explain why they treated him so badly. But unfortunately, it was on video. Unfortunately, there was a New York Post. Unfortunately for him, there was a New York Post photographer right there and people videotaping it. And then he got caught in a lie.
I don't think that's unfortunate. Someday you guys are going to love that front page. You know that. Someday you're going to love that one.
That was cool.
We've been on the front page before, and trust me, enough time goes by, you're like, hey, that's pretty fucking cool.
Fantastic. And for the callers using profanity, serious calls only, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Let's go to Charlie in Philly. Charlie.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, Ron, right?
Yeah, Ron.
The lawyer. Hey, how you doing? I just want to say you're a breath of fresh air. I like how you are. You shoot from the hip. You tell it how it is. You know, I mean, none of this
more cliches,
lawyer garbage. But I gotta say, I hope you win this case, because there's a case in Philly where an off-duty police officer shot a 19-year-old kid in cold blood at a party. These cops take their authority way too far, and they're trained to be level-headed when they get into a situation. These guys are just too quick with the trigger.
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. There you go. Let's go to Peter in Massachusetts.
I don't know. I want to say I don't know the specifics of that case, but until I'm not passing judgment on it.
You're a little bitter. Sound like you got a few issues.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do. I have issues with fucking shysters who go after police officers for doing their fucking job, you fat fuck.
Doesn't even know what he looks like.
Wait.
Sorry, Bobby.
He's actually in shape for an older guy.
He wasn't talking to me, Opie. He was talking to Ron.
I'm sorry.
And you fluctuate, Bobby. Don't worry about it.
Fluctuating Bob.
His money's open.
Hey, have I still got you on the line?
Ron, yeah, we got him, Ron.
You still on the line?
Yes.
The Ron kind.
All right. Are you still on the line here, pal?
Yeah, I'm here, you fucker.
All right. Well, you do sound a little bitter. Why don't you, why don't you take a breath there for a second? Hey, listen, did you see the tape we're talking about here this morning? Did you see the tape?
Why don't you go fucking shove your fist up your ass and jerk off on your fat wife, you fucking scumbag?
He's still not talking about
Somehow I'm thinking this isn't a productive conversation.
No. I don't see this as being productive. Jesus Christ.
Get rid of this asshole, will you?
All right, we got some intelligence here. Jeremy in New York. Jeremy.
Oh, Ron the lawyer is a cunt.
Oh, stop. How about some
talk is that?
serious calls here?
Serious calls only.
Let's go to Fred in Brooklyn. Fred.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, Fred from Brooklyn. What's up, brother?
I just love hearing a real guy not talking legalese. The guy is a straight shooter. The lawyer he's standing up for what he thinks is right, and he's saying it in real words, not legalese, and you got to pat him on the back for that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you got a lot of...
I like this guy. He's got chutzpah.
I think you got a lot of fans, Ron.
I wish he was my divorce lawyer. That's for sure. That would have worked out well.
You don't talk like that in court, I hope. Your Honor, do you really believe this cunt did what that says she did?
Well, you know, the fact is I do have a few contempt convictions and a few reprimands, but
of course you do.
But they were all baseless.
Yeah. You're Jeffrey Tambor on Justice for All.
Wait, how do you two know each other, Ron and the father there, Tom? You guys go way back?
We go way back. We
go
way
fraternity
back.
brothers? What is it?
No, Tom and I actually worked together for about 8 years back in the 80s.
Wow. Oh, there you go.
What went wrong?
He decided he had a way to make more money.
Oh, shit. And left you behind, right?
Left me behind. Goddamn gutter.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection overruled. Well, aren't you an asshole?
Oh, my God. Probably ask the judge what they do for a living.
What do you do, pal? You look stupid in that faggoty robe.
You guys are doing a lot of media today, and I'm assuming it's a little different when you're on, like, Fox News and all that, right?
Probably.
Just a little different.
It's blown off steam.
Yeah.
That's it.
We have another call for Ron. I mean, or for either one of these guys. I mean,
Pat, you're okay. You're well
I'm
represented.
okay. I'm having a
Congratulations on this massive lawsuit you're going to win down the road.
All right.
Yeah. Lotto.
Well, congrats.
Good job, character.
Hopefully.
Let's go to Derek in Iowa. Derek.
Hey, morning, boys.
D-boy.
Hey.
Hey, Ron keeps mentioning a rogue cop. I just thought, why don't you guys just ask Bob Kelly what this cop was thinking, since he's another rogue cop?
Yeah, Bobby knows a lot about rogue cops.
Yeah, Ron, I'm a rogue cop too.
He plays on
TV.
Really?
Well, not yet, but it's coming.
Well, hey, let me straighten you out on something. This may have been a rogue cop. I can't clearly say this is a rogue cop. I'm saying it's a cop who has to actually have better control over his self-discipline and understand how to handle something on the level of a tailgate party. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, that's all we're really talking about here. You know, I'm not talking about a cop who shot somebody. I'm not talking about a cop who beat the shit out of somebody like a Rodney King. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody who just needs a little understanding about how to handle crowd control at a tailgate party before a championship AFC game. That's all I'm talking about here.
Do you want to see this cop fired, Ron?
No, not necessarily. I'd just like to see, I'd like to see, as I say, retrained. I'd like to see somebody talk to him. I'd like to see him, trained so that he doesn't think he can just grab a kid in a Jets jersey because he's in a bad mood. Maybe he's an avid Colts fan. He gets carried away and he starts thinking it's okay to slam a kid against the car, put a taser against his head and lock him up for 8 hours. Whether he's going to get fired or not, I'm not out messing with people's family lives, and I don't know anything about this guy. Could be the nicest guy in the world under other circumstances. Was he out of control that day? Absolutely out of control. And that's not a question of dispute. There's no facts in dispute here because we got it on video. Take a look at it.
Hey,
you tell me.
Ron, I got to ask you one more question. Now they're saying that Pat was drunk and unruly, right? Did they ever give you a breathalyzer
No, nothing like
or
that.
A blood test or any of that to prove that you were drunk?
It was just immediately
wow.
in the car.
How do they give you public intoxication if they
don't know? They were making shit up. I guess.
Breathalyze you.
Were they nice to you while you were in jail after it was all over?
The guards were all
really nice to you?
nice,
Yeah.
Do they have a TV so you could at least watch?
Yeah, but it was hard sometimes to watch. I had to do all this other processing.
Too busy making sure you weren't raped, right?
No, it was pretty relaxing there, except for when
Get raped for 6 hours in jail.
Hey, man, if you're in a cell, you never fucking know who else is in there.
It's not Oz.
Right, Ron? Ron understands. Ron knows.
Well, Ron, what about the
Ron
San
was
Diego
worried about his
incident?
safety while he was in jail.
There was a San Diego incident that I was informed of where a Jets fan was arrested for just cheering among the fans.
I
and it was
saw
on
the video.
What is that about?
Yes.
I don't know what that's all about. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard about that.
Okay, that might be a good. Maybe there is something about Jets fans.
We'll look into that. Why not?
That was a week earlier at the championship game in San Diego.
Okay, yeah, he just told me that. I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, that was on YouTube also.
Adam in Brooklyn. A lot of Brooklyn calls today. Adam.
How you doing, boys? I got a question for Ron the lawyer. You ever been thrown out of court before for saying objection jerk off or calling the judge a jerk off or something?
Well, I've been convicted of contempt of court. But never for calling the judge a jerk off. I mean, there are times when I have felt like calling judges jerk offs because, to be quite frank, there are those judges who one could, reasonably describe, with that terminology. But frankly, no, that hasn't happened to me because, we all have to control ourselves in certain forums because, we all got to serve somebody. That's what I do for a living. So I can't go calling people jerk-offs because I just disagree with them. This is a different situation.
He knows in this forum, right? He can
understand this is a different
himself
situation.
In a different way.
What you're hearing today is my reaction to seeing a young kid. Now somebody objected to my calling him a young kid because he's 26 years old, but I've known him since he was 2 years old. And watching a kid who I know has never had a problem in his life, who's not a drunk, who wasn't drinking much. I looked at the video a dozen times and I saw a kid being slammed against a car. I saw a kid being come next to being tasered. I saw a taser pressed against his head. I saw the look on the cop's face, which was vicious, as he looked like he couldn't wait to put that taser in action if this kid moved another inch. Watched him thrown in the back of a car, locked up for 8 hours. Come on, that's what you're hearing. That's what you're hearing today. You're not hearing disrespect towards all authority. You're not hearing disrespect toward judges. You're hearing my reaction to something that's a real injustice, and I want to discourage people from behaving like that again. That's all you're hearing now.
I want to sue because we miss out on another good YouTube tasering. Mm-hmm. Boy, you'd have been a big... you're a big hit and everything, but boy, if you would have hit the deck, that would have been a good one.
You should take one for the team, man.
For everyone else.
We love laughing at those videos.
It's like, I didn't do anything. I'm not putting my hands behind I'll do anything, whatever, okay.
Let's go to Brian.
Don't tase me, bro.
These guys are from Freehold, and we got Brian on the line from Freehold as well. Brian.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. I'm an attorney. I know these guys not personally, but their reputations, Tommy Mallon and Ron Sage, are stellar. And they're well-liked by cops, and they're well-liked by the bar. And, I wish I had the case, Ron. You're but there's no way this kid did anything wrong. I saw the video already, and this is really, sometimes you get cops that do the wrong thing, and that's all there is to it.
Thanks, brother.
Not just going to, blindly...
All right, we're losing you. Mike in Orlando. Mike,
support,
wraping up with these guys, but everyone wants in. Mike?
Hey, I just wanted to know, Ron there, once these tapes of the show were revealed, what an ass you are. Do you think you have a future as a Wayne Newton impersonator?
I
come across
I hear a little bit. Little Wayne Newton.
Quite the queerish Wayne Newton.
Jesus. Oh, man. You must have the wrong number, asshole.
No, I have the right number, asshole.
Oh. Wow. You got anything else to say? Did you see the tape here, son? Did you see the tape?
I don't need to see the tape to know that you're an asshole.
Okay. But did you see the tape of the incident? Did you see the tape of the incident, or you just want to call in because your wife wouldn't suck your dick this morning?
No wonder why you don't work with Ron anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Is that the problem, pal? You couldn't get it up this morning, so now you're going to take it out on people on the phone you haven't seen, heard from, haven't even seen a tape, don't know what the hell you're talking about. Huh? What is it, pal? What's the problem? What's the problem? Go see a good urologist. Now shut the fuck up. I'm through with you.
I don't like the fact that people are giving Ron a hard time.
I know.
The fact that he sounds like Gomez Adams when he talks should not affect people's phone calls.
People are loving him.
No surprise why Tom decided to go out on his own.
I know.
Tom is safer that way, right, Tom?
Is saying they have to wrap up shortly, I guess, because they have to lose.
Well, he doesn't want Ron to blow the case. Well, look, man. I don't know. I don't know what we accomplished. I know we did some fine radio for everybody.
We got
I met my new lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. I need a card. We got their side of the story out, obviously, and I was a little more on the cop side before you came in. Tell you the truth, I thought you were pulling away a little too much and resisting, but listening to your side and laughing my ass off at your lawyer, I've turned around.
And after hearing the audio, the way the cop got out of the car, that was looking to be confrontational.
That was like that was instant confrontation that he had on his mind. So, great to have you guys in. Thanks for coming in. Could pisser.
Could Ron the lawyer come back on our show someday? To talk about all this shit?
Lawyer segment.
It's all tan. Look at him. I'm Ron the lawyer.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to
we got Russell Peters in studio.
Yes, Ron. Appreciate it, brother. Opie and Anthony, stay there.
All right. Nice meeting you, man.
Opie and Anthony in studio. Russell Peters. Actually, Russell Peters was in for that whole thing with Ron the lawyer, but well, none of us really got to talk. Now that we think about it, he was awesome.
That guy
Did you
was
like
hilarious.
That
I would love him to open for me this weekend.
He was very entertaining, right?
He should do stand-up, but he'd be a very aggressive stand-up.
We're going to have him on this show as a regular. We have to.
Such irony
we have
there,
to.
because we have always said
lawyers suck on the radio.
Equal not funny under any circumstance. And when we heard he was bringing his lawyer in, we're like, oh great, here comes the comedy. And the lawyer is the funniest motherfucker.
He was the funniest guy in the room for that segment. And
what an ass.
We were about ready to say, make sure the lawyer stays outside the studio. Boy, that would have been a major mistake.
Mistake right there.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
What great taste the lawyer has in comedy, too.
Does he like Jim Norton?
Oh, yeah, actually does. I didn't think
Oh, really?
I did hear him say big fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
He likes me more than Joe DeRosa, Bill Burr, and Bob Kelly do.
That's obvious if they don't cast you on
Bill Burr was on the hotline during that. We just couldn't get to him. There's too much going on. And the other thing, really fast, Ron the lawyer, I'm thinking, and I think Bobby thought this too, that he had really nice hair for an older gentleman.
It was a horrible wig.
Boy, did we miss this one, Bobby. Russell Peters and Jimmy are like, are you fucking kidding? That was
Jimmy said it had a nail in it. Kills me, man.
Oh my God, damn, the guy's got a good head of hair.
I tweeted a picture of him. He looked like Arlie Ermey a little bit.
Yes.
He reminded me a little Gunnery Sergeant Hart.
I thought he looked like David Carradine a little bit.
I don't know. Yeah.
He looked half Asian with blue eyes and a toupee.
And the father looks like
such a common
Roger
look.
Daltrey.
The father definitely did.
A Roger Daltrey now look, you know, with the
and I also
kind of
the
gray,
white hair,
curly.
It was too inside, but I wrote Aunt Gary Wall too.
Oh, he kind of had Gary
PD.
Wall,
the ice cream PD.
Why we didn't videotape that is a terrible fuck. I almost said a sin like my aunt, because it was fun to watch. Ron was kind of like leaning down, just talking, like looking at the floor with his hand on his forehead. Just fucking,
that was so his toupee didn't fall off.
He was holding it on.
Just concentrating on the call. It was fun to watch the dad, Tom, just kind of tapping him like, you know.
Yeah,
he's got this loose cannon. He's probably a smart lawyer, though.
Like, the kid seemed nervous, though, didn't he? He had pasties in his mouth. You could hear it.
Yeah.
Who, Ron?
No, the kid.
Because
he was lying.
Yeah, the kid was...
He's not used to being on the radio or TV.
The kid was drunk. Come on.
He's not a kid, Opie. He's not a fucking kid.
Yeah, that was funny. The callers were just funny.
The callers were funny.
Brutal.
Hey, Russell, you box?
I used to.
Yoshi told me you used to box with Lennox Lewis.
And Lennox and I were amateurs at the same time.
No.
Really? I started in 85 and stopped in 94.
So you really can fight?
Well, I mean, I kind of really stopped around 1989, but I just went to the gym a whole lot less for the next 5 years.
Yeah, huh?
You ever spar at Lennox?
No. Lennox was in a different city, but we would see each other at tournaments and stuff.
Do you know him?
Yeah, know him very well.
You still
know
box?
his mom, his brothers. Yeah.
Did you ever knock somebody out?
I have done, yes.
Did you ever get knocked out?
Only in the ring I've been staggered a little bit.
Really?
I've been hit on the head with a baseball bat outside the ring.
Jesus Christ.
We're talking 22 years ago, but you know.
Yeah.
For what?
In my rambunctious teenage years.
Well, fuck, get Ron the lawyer, man. There's some money there.
Yeah,
hey, asshole, who hit you? Hey, character, did you hit him with a bat?
Look at the video. Did you see the video? Did you see the video?
What do you do for a living, you cunt?
It's your honor.
You've knocked people out like on the street, like street fighting kind of shit.
Just back in the, not in a long.
I've
done a little jujitsu too, so the past few knockouts have been more chokeouts than knockouts, but you know, that's how it goes.
What are you? You're a Toronto guy, right?
Yes, sir.
And big MMA fan.
I am.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm more boxing first, but then MMA.
What happened with Pacquiao and we were trying to get Pacquiao and Mayweather in. And then, why did that fight happen?
That fight came together way too easy, didn't it? Like, it was just like, everybody was like, hey, it should be the great fight. And then they were like, March 13th. I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's kind of like a girl giving you pussy too easy.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute, what's wrong with this? You know what I mean? So then they created some problems, and they've set up other fights to build the hype a little bit more, and then it'll happen later on this year.
Oh, all right, okay. They can milk it a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what they should have done, too. So they created this little controversy to make it look like a real hate match now, and it'll create more pay-per-view buys in the long run, I think.
As a guy who can fight.
I was just going to quickly say boxing seems to be in trouble, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think MMA is going to burn itself out because it's it's way too accessible right now.
Yeah,
it's very readily available, and it's on TV every night now. And eventually people are just going to be like, Give me something else.
You know, at least that's the first time I've ever heard a point that actually makes sense. Because boxing, you don't watch boxing every night.
No.
You wait until there's an event, then you watch
a big fight.
This is like every night you can
Yeah,
tune
but
in
when you
and
watch the events, the big events in boxing stink. It's fucking
Yeah, but the fighters
stink.
still make way more money.
Yeah, but you wait, and then all of a sudden you see the fight and it fucking blows.
Well, you're just used
most
to
of
a
the
different
time.
pace now with the MMA.
And there's no heavyweights. There's no exciting heavyweights
Well, there's
whatsoever.
no heavyweights that speak
Why don't you
English.
fucking join?
You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wowzers.
What did you say?
I said, why don't you put Jimmy in the movie, you fuck?
No, I didn't hear what you said, you fucking cunt. I'm a good actor. Fucking
What movie
dirty
are you
racist.
doing?
He's doing a. Here's what it is. He's doing a movie. It's not a movie. It's a short, short independent film. Bob Kelly, Bill Burr, and Joe
Who's more
DeRosa.
short and independent than Norton?
Exactly. You're in the movie, kid. You're right. I didn't get that. Bobby, Joe DeRosa, and Bill Burr, alleged friends of mine, are doing a short film in New York. I love you. And I've
I
always.
put myself up to be in it, Bobby.
Do you want to be in the movie?
Yeah, can I be in?
Absolutely, dude.
I could be the brown guy. Fuck Aziz Ansari.
Dude, I'd fire Voss today for you. I'm kidding.
You can't fire a Jew. Are you crazy?
I want to actually know more about Russell because you guys are saying he's like one of the biggest comics in the world.
Russell sells out fucking everywhere. And it's like
Dane Cook sellouts.
Yeah,
right?
but Russell
the big
came out of
arenas.
I mean, Russell, he came out of nowhere. But you're from Canada, huge in Canada, huge in Asia. Now you're huge in America. I mean, you're
Africa
worldwide.
too now.
Really?
Jesus
In
Christ.
Africa?
Yeah,
Who the fuck sees you in Africa?
It's so funny.
Was
We
it a-
keep getting these requests from Ghana, Nigeria, and
People show up with
Kenya
goats.
and Tanzania, like all over Africa. It's like, when are you coming? We love you on the YouTube. I'm like, they have dial-up.
Come here, and we have $10 million waiting for you.
Yeah, I keep getting invited
you
to
give us your
Egypt.
bank account number.
It's almost like the Al Qaeda's following me.
Yeah.
We love you in the cave.
He's going to be performing on the back of a fucking flatbed truck with a mounted gun in it.
He's going to get paid in fucking like gold teeth and diamonds.
They're going to knock the teeth out in front of me. This one, you like this one? You want molar?
Are you just flying from country to country every weekend, or you try to all right, I'll stay in the States for a little bit?
I stay in the States as much as possible. I'm trying to get like movies and fucking TV, but that's not happening. So I just got to go out there and chase paper.
You can make your own movie.
I could, but I don't have any good ideas.
That pretty much is the
I
thing
could
to
I
make
could
in a
lie to the
movie.
studios.
Neither did me and Billy or Joe DeRosa. Just make it.
Speaking of which, we got Bill Burr on the phone here.
Hey,
Let's get to the
Bill's
bottom
in
of this.
Tampa this weekend.
Is
Bill.
Yes. Tampa.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Billy.
Hello, Bill.
Yes, I got word that Bobby Kelly is throwing our wonderful director under the bus on your great program.
Completely throwing both of you pretty much under the bus.
Not Billy. Me and Billy are producers.
You said Billy is pretty much like, I don't know, I don't care, whatever. So when Jim Norton, I found out that little Jimmy Norton was not going to be part of this project and wasn't even asked. I wanted to know from Bobby why and what had happened. Was there any dialogue that included Jimmy? And he said Joe DeRosa's fault. Pretty much just...
It's not what I said.
You threw DeRosa
Be
under the bus.
What you have to understand about Bobby. Bobby Kelly is a survivor.
Thank you.
He looked at the odds in there, and he's just like, well, I'm not taking the hit. I'll just dump it on DeRosa.
He went on for...
I was in Los Angeles during all of this, so I missed... All I have right now is I'm actually a messenger here, bringing the official statement from Joe DeRosa.
Oh, is this the official? Yeah, well, we gave out his Twitter account, so I guess he found out that he was a scumbag for not putting Jimmy in the movie.
Joe DeRosa is on set right now, so he had me come down here.
Christ.
Basically, he said the reason why Jim Norton is not in the movie is because he asked about him to Bobby, and Bobby said, dude, fucking Norton's not going to do it if he doesn't have a bunch of lines, dude. Don't waste his fucking time.
Oh, Bobby goes back to Bobby.
All right, let's get it back.
So you're saying that what Bobby is saying then is that Jimmy is incapable of improvisation.
No.
This
And just taking
is what's going on. Like what I stated before. Is Bobby Kelly's a survivor. And the second Joe DeRosa brought up having the wonderfully talented Jim Norton in the I was like, there's no way I'm going to be sitting across such a dynamic stage presence as Jim Norton. So he
look at
cuts his legs out there, and then he goes on the radio, and then he cuts DeRosa's.
A-Train 11 hit it right on the head. Bobby equals Jay Leno. See what you're doing?
apparently Bill's a survivor, too. This is a fucking great.
Yeah, I think Jim Norton's a really talented guy. He just wasn't getting the ratings.
Oh, so, okay, it's back on Bobby.
That doorman hat and coat yet? We're going to need it at like 12.
Yeah, it's 10:15.
The doorman. That would be Rich Voss playing the doorman, right?
Yeah, Rich Voss.
Rich Voss is a good
What we're
doorman.
dealing with here is it's nobody's fault. It's really a budget thing. All we can afford is guys like Rich Voss
for free,
me and Bobby to work for free. That's what's really going on here. There's no reason to trash people there, Bobby. What are you doing? We're trying to get good press here.
It's true, Bob. I didn't say anything.
Way to go, Bob.
I was just trying
I said Joe's doing a great job.
He shaves his goatee
I said
off and
Joe's
changes.
doing a fantastic job,
Bobby
surprisingly.
Kelly is a cancer on the set of a movie.
I would just say he's a polyp.
Do it in 3D.
Thank you. Thank
It'll
you, Russell.
fucking be huge.
It is in 3D.
Oh, yeah?
No.
In Avatar
Voss's
3D.
teeth would scare everybody in 3D.
What are Voss's lines? What are one of Voss's lines?
Go ahead.
I have no idea.
Oh, stop, you do.
I
You're
swear,
the producer.
It's
He plays
basically
an annoying doorman.
Yeah, he plays. He says, "I'll get that for you." There's very minimal lines.
I'll get that for you.
What, you think I couldn't do that?
I'll for that
No.
get
No. If you're going to be in a movie, you're going to be in a movie.
I have one line in every. I'm a one and done guy.
Yeah.
It's in my contract. I can do nothing that will get me recognition or further my career. One line in Spider-Man, one line in Zack and Miri, and 3 or 4 or maybe 5 lines in Cop Out.
I thought you co-starred in Spider-Man.
No. I actually was the
why didn't you
linchpin.
want Jim in the movie?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, what is your beef with
Now
Jim?
it's on you again.
Listen.
You,
There you go.
DeRosa
Wait,
said.
listen to his fucking creepy evil laugh.
Did you put Dane in the movie? He put you in a movie?
Yeah, and then he cut me right out of it.
I don't think DeRosa wanted me in either, though. DeRosa never liked me. No.
It had nothing to do with that. I think that at the beginning of this movie, we couldn't. It was literally like nothing in there for him, and.
Was there nothing in there for
There's
him?
nothing in it. What are you going to do? Give him one
Doorman.
fucking thing and be nothing? Like a background
be a
player?
friend. Be a friend at least.
What, he's going to sit in the background?
Hey, it's New York. I can sell peanuts in the movie.
Fucking Voss Louis Bean. You've seen him act. It's horrible.
Well, I couldn't be there while you guys are talking one time and do 1 or 2 lines and then get out.
Yeah.
Like when I walk out, the audience applauds. Like when fucking Tim Conway would walk out on Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, exactly.
I say, Billy, I say we actually put Norton in something.
No, I wouldn't do it now. My feelings are very hurt.
Billy, would you?
He's a sensitive man,
What do you
Bobby.
say, Billy?
Fuck 'em.
I feel terrible that we've somehow ruined our relationship with Jim Norton. Jim, this is, I swear to God, there's like 5 parts in this.
I know.
Yeah, well, 4. I
don't think we should.
Why don't we just fire Voss today?
Should do
it's
that.
it's showbiz, dude. We fire him and we throw
But
Norton
Jimmy
in.
ain't taking.
What are you, his
shit now.
agent? Let me talk to the
You really
fucking
fucked
client.
up. Fire Voss and
He
hire
might-
Bonnie.
He might do it just to see Voss get fired, Anthony.
All right, now you made a good point.
Now he had some controversy to the film.
Survivor. Now he's putting it on Voss.
No, I'd actually like to see Norton play it more than Voss. Be a fucking way better hit. You know more people would fucking want to see this movie?
I know. How do you not want a built-in guy like Jim Norton, who has a built-in audience here on this program, talk about the film and everything? It even makes bad business sense.
Hey,
Never mind fucking a friend over.
I agree. I didn't fuck
Let's
my
not
friend.
downsell Last Comic Standing here.
That's what you say. That's how you put it.
I didn't put it that way. Oh, you're the worst.
DeRosa's always been very anti-Jim Norton.
No, he
Always.
loves you.
No, he doesn't.
Norton loves you.
Jim, what really happened is we had too much respect for you.
No.
That's true.
No, because he has to tell.
Jim, we weren't
No.
going to come to you and go, can you do half a line that's going to
No,
take,
it
you know,
really
an
is.
hour and a half to shoot because we're trying to be all artsy-fartsy with the angles of the cam. You know,
Dude.
you're a busy man.
It really had nothing to do with that.
Sometimes
He's Billy's
just nice to be
absolutely
asked.
right.
I would have been honored to do something with my friend.
I said that to Opie. It's you just want to be asked to be in it and then turn it down.
Sometimes you
And
just
then
wanna
turn
be
it down.
asked,
I don't
It's
get
like
asked.
it's like when
Yeah, you didn't get asked.
I don't get asked anything ever.
Exactly.
I don't even get phone calls from you, Robert.
I call you all the time, dude.
Dude. Jesus. Guy lives in L.A. for a month and he's duding me.
No, I've been duding my whole fucking life. Yeah. Apparently you don't know me on the radio.
You know
Jim?
what, dude? So what? Russell sells out everywhere, dude. I got my friends, dude. I got my family. People love me.
That's Bob. But, yeah, he's absolutely right. I really feel bad, though.
No,
Jim.
why should
I
you
really
care?
do.
Wait, more importantly, if Bill Burr's in New York, why isn't he doing our show?
Because I'm actually doing my job as a producer on this, making sure that DeRosa isn't fucking up.
Billy, when are you going to Tampa?
I fly to Tampa on Thursday.
I just did it. We got it ready.
Yeah, you know what? I just found out that they're actually that they're having their version of Mardi Gras that week right outside of the club.
Oh yeah, it's really ghetto there, buddy.
It's ghetto. The cops wear just the badge at night.
That's
Jeans
it, yeah.
and just the badge. I'm not like it's fucking Miami Vice.
It's pretty
bad. Yeah. That's really bad.
Yeah, sorry. I'm dealing with like 9 million people coming in and out of my building. I just wanted to call up because I know Bob's not exactly the greatest delegate to send out to your show. But Jim, yeah, I'm actually flattered that you'd even want to be in it. But, you know, it was we just didn't want to waste your time, dude. We're having you come over there doing a line and a half, like I said, that was going to take an hour and a half to shoot. You know, I mean, you were in Spider-Man, for Christ's sake. You're not going to do our little shit movie.
I certainly would with my friends, who I like to be a part of creatively.
Certainly do your shit movie.
I certainly would. I would have.
Your scat film.
Exactly. I'd be happy to at least clean off the glass coffee table in between shoots and fucking diuretics.
How great would it be? They're actually filming a snuff film.
Voss is the star.
Voss has no idea yet.
Well, I think then Jim could actually truly be offended if we wouldn't invite him to come down to participate in the snuff film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Burr.
Well, I'll see it like everybody else at the festivals and the parties.
Yep.
Yeah.
The parties. All right, Billy, I'll be over in a little while with the hat and coat.
Cool.
Yeah, don't say it like it isn't important, Bob.
Oh, I'm on it.
All we have is Rich Voss standing there looking stupid.
That's what we have anyways, with a hat and coat.
You're the
All right,
producer.
All right, Bill Burr.
Bye, Bill. Take it easy, man.
Billy.
There he goes.
Always good to hear from
By
Bill
the way,
Burr.
Russell Peters will be at the Radio City Music Hall
Friday, Saturday.
I don't think you need our help. You're just here to say hi, really, right?
Here to say hi.
Sold out shows, I hear.
Yeah, they're good. Well, we're hoping they're going to be good. Last time I came in, you guys had the naked girls with their asses out. That was a great show.
Right, wow. When the hell was that?
That must have been years ago.
What year
That
were
was-
you here?
That was 2 years ago. No shit, 3 years ago.
Well,
what are we in?
Things have changed.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
They have thin, fat lawyers with wigs.
Yeah, no, that's all we can get.
He was great, though.
He was phenomenal, that guy. Ron
Yeah,
was
he
my
was great.
fucking favorite.
Ron.
Russell, favorite place in the world with all the traveling you do?
Well, I don't really have one anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, I used to be Durban, South Africa. That was always my favorite hideaway and getaway.
Why that place?
That was the first place I was ever famous.
Oh, okay.
It was like around 2001, 2002, and
what a weird first place to be famous.
Yeah, they had billboards. Yeah, they had billboards of me up over there, and had to change my name in the hotel and stuff like that. And
did you have a lot of chicks?
I was getting a lot of chicks back then. I literally clipped 3 brand new ones a day. Literally, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One was the hotel guest services manager. She came up at 9. She said, "Should I bring you some coffee?" I was like, "That would be great."
Wow.
And we had coffee and cock. I had
You had
coffee,
coffee,
she had cock.
Right.
I just want to clear that up.
Yes, but you both had cream.
Oh. Hey, who's the saucy one on my left?
So how about England? You do well in England?
I do. Last year I set the record at the for highest attendance for a single stand-up performance in UK history.
Jesus Christ.
I did the O2 Arena where Michael Jackson was supposed to perform.
That's all. How many people is that?
16,500.
Jesus Christ.
I did Bananas last weekend in Hasbrook Heights.
How'd that go?
It was
I hate
almost
it when
full.
you brag.
Yes, we have no bananas.
They didn't even give me ripe bananas.
No, they were
green bananas.
Did you do well?
Well, the shows are great. Yeah, a lot of fans came out owning it. Thank you. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good time, but
See?
not that
Cool.
shit. It was
You've done those venues though. It's not like you don't know what it feels like.
all right, Joe.
You've done them. You've done them, kid.
Done what venues? Your
Big
venues?
venues.
Yeah, they didn't know I was
doesn't
coming.
matter. You were still on. You know what it feels like.
I could have not went out and nobody would have said anything. I could have every
That's
show.
irrelevant.
5 minutes before I was supposed to go, I go, I'm not going to do this, and nothing would have happened.
No one would be disappointed.
Nope, they could have brought out fucking anybody, and they'd be like, who's this? So Russell has a lot of rappers that go to his show. I'm actually jealous. He's friends with Melly Mel. That's kind of cool.
We should call Mel right now.
I wouldn't know what to say to him.
What would we say to Melly Mel?
You just get his voicemail. You reach. Sometimes he has two phones. One of them is the voicemail just comes on and it'll be like, muscles, baby, muscles.
The fuck?
Because that's what he calls himself now. He calls himself Muscle Simmons.
You can't call yourself Muscles.
Yeah, it's got to be a
Because he is. He's fucking. The guy's like 50 years old and he's Diesel. But now his other one, he's rapping on the other voicemail.
Jesus. You did a crib, MTV Cribs, right?
I did. I'm doing it again next month. I'm doing my new house in L.A. and my Vegas house.
How many houses do you have?
Must be a small house.
I have 5.
You have 5 houses?
Yes.
Where are they?
Thank you, Market.
Where are all the
2
houses?
in Toronto, 2 in L.A., and 1 in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
The reason I have 2 in L.A. is because the market's so shit I can't dump the other one.
Right.
So I got renters in there now.
What about you've gone to Dubai, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed with the Dubai Burj, the new tower.
Right.
What is it like there? How expensive is it to go to Dubai? Because I checked Emirates Air.
I was
pricey.
Going, it's only $1,400
to go first class to Dubai.
Oh, first class.
17,000.
Yeah,
but you don't need to go first class.
I've flown that. The private suite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. And it has a shower on board, too.
Oh, yeah, isn't some prince a big fan of yours? There's some
the King of Jordan, when I was there in Jordan last month, the King of Jordan invited me over.
The fuck does that happen?
He's a fan.
Wow.
So he invited me over, and me and Gabriel Iglesias went. Me, Gabriel, Angelo Sarukas, Larry Omaha, my brother, my sister-in-law, and Gabriel's girlfriend. We all went over to the King's Palace, and he cooked us Kobe beef.
Wow.
Like, he literally cooked it for us right in front of us. He had like a little teppanyaki grill, and then he got us hammered, and then he told us to call him Ab. His name's King Abdullah. He's like, he goes, by the way, my friends call me Ab. And by the way, he went to school in Boston, Bobby. So he he has an American accent.
Really?
King.
Did he give you any gold or money?
No, he gave me a watch. He gave me a watch, and I'm looking at Anthony's watch, and it looks
similar.
Is that Special Ops, that watch or something?
It is a Special Ops
he gave me a
watch.
Special Ops watch.
Damn, look at you.
So you hung out with the King of Jordan?
Yeah, and then after he feeds us, gets us drunk, and then he goes, "Do you guys like to fire guns?"
Wow,
and
this
we're
guy
like,
is.
"Who doesn't like
You
to
sure
fire
it wasn't
guns?"
Anthony you weren't hanging out with?
And
This is
then
my long lost dad.
he has a range in his in the palace, so we went into the gun range. Every gun you could imagine. And
Jesus, that sounds fantastic.
Automatic weapons, and so he goes, "Here, first we'll fire it in like single mode, and then as we're firing, he clicks it and like." And he had a sawed-off shotgun. I go, "What's this for? In case you bump into a 7-Eleven late at night?" And he had everything.
You could have just killed him right there.
I was thinking that too.
I was thinking that, and I'm like,
I just assassinated him.
yeah, that would have been really.
Wow.
We were thinking about it because there was no security around us. We're like, this has got to be some sort of weird security breach.
Yeah,
but he was cool as shit. So
you'd probably get the barrel just to him, and then just be Swiss cheese in 2 seconds with these hidden guns somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Where is Jordan? Between what and what?
It's next door to Palestine and Israel.
Stable area.
It's sandwiched between Palestine, Israel, Kuwait, and Iraq.
So the neighbors weren't complaining about the gunfire.
No.
They didn't even notice over there. What the hell is going on?
Do you hear mosquitoes?
I'm going to Dubai in February if you want to go.
I do want to go there. I want to go to the. What did you stay? You didn't stay in the new tower. I want to stay in that hotel.
No, I never stayed. It's I haven't been there either.
How expensive do you think the hotel is in the
fucking
big building?
expensive.
It
They
is,
have
right?
that one other hotel, the Jumeirah Beach one, the really expensive, the 7-star.
Does it look like a fucking?
Yeah, the sail.
Yes.
Yeah, that you have to pay an entrance fee just to go look at it.
Wow.
Because it's that, and it's gross and opulent inside.
What's a 7-star?
I don't know. I think somebody jerks you off to get you to sleep.
How much a night? for that?
I don't know. It's too fucking expensive. I wouldn't even consider it.
But wouldn't they put you up there if you were doing a gig?
No, they put me up in some other Jumeirah Medina, some shit.
Nice.
They put me. It's nice, but you couldn't bring chicks back to your room late at night because apparently some Russian mafia shit happened there, and they whacked somebody in the gym. Yeah, so what they did was they had hookers go in with him, and then the hookers let the mafia guys in, and they shot the guy who chopped him up or something.
Jesus. There was obviously other issues there.
Yeah. So I met a chick out there, and she wasn't a hooker. She was just a chick, and they were like, she can't go back to your room. And I go, well, I'm not going to fuck her in the lobby unless you want me to. And so I complained to the manager, and they were like, oh, sorry, sir. We know it's a rule for everybody. You're okay. So, and thank God the guy, like, everybody's fucking Indian there, so I was okay. Security guy was Indian. I said some shit to him in Indian. I was like, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, okay. And then,
wow. So you think that 7-star hotel?
I mean, it's nice, but I don't think it's worth the trip unless you're working.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm glad you said that.
What, to Dubai?
Yeah. Because right now they're economically getting their balls kicked in, so I'm like, you might be able to get pretty good deals, and it's the world.
You can fly Emirates, not first class, and it's fine. It's really nice.
I'm sure
if you have too much of a layover on Emirates Air, they give you a car and put you up in a hotel. Like, you call up and they're like, you have a car waiting for you at the airport, and they put you up in a hotel.
There's dynamite in the trunk. You pull up to the hotel, it explodes.
Yeah, it's not that bad there.
So business is probably nice in Emirates, right?
Business, it's a flat bed in business.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah,
Emirates is great.
First class is a suite.
And it's with Continental.
It has a door. Your room, you have a room on the plane.
It's like you're on a ship.
Yeah, it really is. And it gives you a 27-inch TV in front of you.
How big is the TV? Is the business one pleasant, though?
Yeah, the business one is like a first class on somebody else's.
How much your business, you think?
$45,000.
Probably around $5 or $6 grand, maybe
money,
more.
Man.
$5 or $6 grand.
It's
gonna go in style.
$1,400, coach.
What's coach?
It's a long flight to go coach.
Yeah, it's not that long, and they have TV and everything.
Long legs.
You can buy 2 seats in coach. You'd be fine.
$2,800. I might as well just go first class for $17,000. I'm gonna shit when I saw that.
Wow.
It was great.
But it's
we had the promoters pay that one.
Business sounds fine. For $5 grand, you could stretch out.
I'm saying $5 grand. It's probably more, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
That's $5 grand. You know, the certain flights from American Airlines and United Airlines to LA are $5 grand.
Jesus.
Round trip. They are.
What?
Yeah, it's retarded.
They have flat seats almost, but it's a lot of.
I always fly Virgin America now.
Inches. What's that?
Virgin America.
I flew Virgin America. They're a cool airline, man. It's got the purple light in it. The only problem, the planes are fucking dirty.
They have Wi-Fi, though.
I know they do, but they're not washed well. I didn't like it. There was like fucking nasty crumbs on my food. It's almost like they're fucking in a rush to turn the plane around, and they're not staffed properly. That was a big fucking thing with me. Like, oh, man.
Did it have the bed, though? In first class?
It doesn't. No, it's not lie flat. It's very comfortable. Flattish, yeah. Comfortable, but it's white leather, which looks dirty.
They got movies.
The cleanliness of the plane I didn't like.
A lot of good movies.
Maybe he just had a bad cleaning day. What's Patrice doing on TV back there?
Whoa.
It looks like a gentlemanly Patrice.
That's the star from Precious.
We sort of do the same joke with other things.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, let's go to Sean in New Hampshire. We got Russell Peters in studio. Sean.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Russell, I think I know who you're talking about with the Sultan or Prince or whatever his name is.
King Abdullah?
Whatever his name is. I think I met him freshman year at Bentley. He was supposed to live with one of my buddies I grew up with, but when he walked into the dormitory, it was not worthy of a Sultan or whatever you want to call him. So he went downtown Boston and bought a multi-million-dollar home just for the semester, or for 2 semesters or whatever it was. And then when he went to buy his transportation, he went out and got a F500, bulletproofed the shit out of it, cameras, everything, all that. And then when it started snowing in Boston, he asked my buddy what he needs for a car, and he's like, oh, something 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, whatever. So he goes out, buys a 911, bulletproofs the shit out of that, drove it twice, and then sold it to one of our buddies for $1.
No.
I mean,
wait, how old are you?
30.
Oh, that's not him, because he's 48.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you might have missed him.
Maybe it was his son?
I'll tell you what, he's not that guy. He wouldn't do that kind of shit.
Well,
he's so normal, it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Like, he's so normal that you forget he's a king when you're hanging out with him, until he said, what time's your flight in the morning? And I go, 10:30. I said, I'll probably leave the hotel at 7:30. And he goes, oh, that's too early. I'll call the airport. You leave at 9.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
That rocks.
Only
the king.
Yeah. He was just going to have the airport let you right through?
Oh, yeah, he did. We got to the airport, and these dudes met us, took our passports and our bags, and said, go this way, sir. And we went up to a VIP room and waited.
And that was
Here, you want the best shit? Here's what happened. Because we were hanging out. Here, this is the truth. This is the truth.
I can't believe it.
So we're in the VIP room. We'd hung out with the king the night before, ate his food, drank his liquor, fired his guns, cool as shit, made jokes with him, cracked jokes with him. He was telling us stories about George Bush and stuff, about how George Bush was actually a really nice guy. And he goes, George is a very nice man, and he's very funny, and he's a really cool guy to hang out with. He's just not smart enough to run a country. and so we're taking all this information in, and then the next morning we get to the airport, and they let us in. We're sitting in this VIP room. We're all looking at each other like, did we really just hang out with the king last night? It's about 10 to 10 now. Our flight's at 10:30. An angry-looking Arab guy walks into the room holding a passport and goes, "Rosa Peters?" And I'm like, that's me. I'm feeling cocky as shit because I hung out with the king. He goes, that's me. He goes, come with me. And I go, nope. And he looks at me very seriously and goes, come with me. And I'm like, shit, okay. Where's your bag? I go, right here. You have 2 cell phones. Give me them. I go, how the fuck does this guy know I have 2 cell phones? And he snatches my cell phone out of my hand, and he's leading me out of the room, and I'm looking at my friends, and I'm looking at Gabriel and Angela. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, we don't know. Leads me down the stairs to a hallway where there's 2 armed guards with Uzis pointed directly at me. And I'm like, my ego kicks in and goes, holy shit, the king's coming to say bye to me. That's what I'm thinking. This is incredible. So he walks me into this room, and the guys with the Uzis they're pointing them at me the whole time. So he sits me down in this room, and one guy has a gun. He's standing at the door with the gun pointed at my head, aimed at my head, and the other guy has the gun pointed down the hallway like they're expecting somebody to try and assassinate me if these guys don't. So the guy's like, where were you last night? I was like, I did a show, and then I went to the palace. Why did you go to the palace? Because I was invited. By who? I'm like, the king. Which king? I'm like, what do you mean, which? The fucking Don King invited me. I go, the king. Which king? And I go, the guy behind you, because there's a picture of him right there. I go, that king. He goes, my king. I go, yeah, your king. Why did my king invite you? I'm like, I don't know why your king invited me. He's my friend. I'm acting like he's my friend now. Like we're fucking homies, right?
When he finds out.
He's mad. So this guy lights up a cigarette and he's like, huh. And then I hear commotion in the hallway and a lot of Arabic being spoken. I'm like, and this guy. And I hear, hey, bro. Hey, I'm like, hey, fool, don't fucking point the gun at me. And it's Gabriel. And Gabriel Iglesias walks in the room and he's on the phone. And I go, Gabe, what the fuck's going on? And he goes, here. And he passes me the phone and I go, hello? And it's the king. And he goes, never be the first to leave a party again. You just got punked, biatch.
Holy shit.
It was worth it just to have the king call you biatch. And then he goes, were you scared? And I go, nah, there's a little Hershey's Kiss in my underwear, but other than that, I'm okay.
Shit.
My tits were sweating.
Who knew this guy was such a card?
And then Gabriel goes, hey, you're lucky that's the one he wanted to do to you. He was coming up with all kinds of pranks that weren't funny. And I go, well, what was the unfunny one? He goes, he was going to take your luggage and put a bag of white powder and a gun in it. I go, that's not funny.
So wait, did the guys finally like laugh when it was revealed and he called?
Oh yeah, the guy behind the table looked at me and goes, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. And then the guys with the Uzis were like, haha, sorry. And I'm like, motherfucker, you had a live gun pointed at my head.
That is great.
That is a great story.
God damn. Jeez. That's fun, man. That's great.
Wow.
Isn't the King of Jordan, isn't that where, what's his name is from? I believe Jordan was, Alzar Cowie. Alzar Cowie, the one who was beheading everybody, I think, was Jordanian. Yeah. There's like a lot of militants in Jordan.
Well,
not the king, but I mean,
the king's so normal. It's weird, It's just
so odd.
But till he pulls some king shit out, like I'll call the airport. Not the airline.
Right.
The airport. And then you realize you're flying with Royal Jordanian and he's the royal part. It's me and the country name.
That's fucked up. Have you emailed him since?
No, but his best friend is a white guy from Boston, and honestly,
Conan O'Brien.
His best friend just looks like a Joe Schmo white guy. He's wearing a ball cap and like sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I was like, who the fuck is this scrub? And he's like, oh yeah, we went to school together. Yeah, me and Ab went to school together. We were, we've been best friends ever since. And I'm like, so what do you do? He goes, oh yeah, I fly back here now and then, hang out with them and. Sometimes I stay at the palace, sometimes I stay in a hotel, depending on how long I'm going to be here.
Even a king just wants to fuck around with some friends every so often.
He really does. He's just like, I got,
Damn, that's fucked.
So his friend lives in New York, I think. He's coming to the show this week on one of them. I don't know which show, but one of them.
That's his life.
Yeah.
who are my friends? They don't put me in a 15-minute movie. His friend plays a fun prank with guns and cocaine at the airport.
You got Yoshi sending you porn.
Exactly. That's my friend.
Jim.
Hey, Jim, Joy Silvera, shoot this. It's trannies. Thanks, Yosh.
Hey, Russ. Jim Norton, say hi. Open, say hi. Bob Kelly, say hi.
Want to come by, do a 5-minute guest spot.
That's Yoshi, all right. Ant's got guns. We'll get a prank together with you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you. It won't be the same, but
Please
we'll
make
try
sure they're
something.
unloaded so you don't have a Brandon Lee situation.
Oh, fuck.
God, right?
King is making him Kobe beef. I go to Anthony's. I'm like, you got anything? He's like, there's 3 Doritos in the bottom of the fucking drawer. Half a Heineken.
You like bologna?
Yeah, he makes me lick pimento off his cock.
I like it.
And that's only because you like pimento.
You know what? It's not going to get better than that. We should bail.
Yeah, he's 10:38 or
Wrap
it up.
Russell, that's a great story.
Thanks, buddy.
Russell Peters, we don't need to promote the sold-out shows at Radio City Music Hall, but we should brag and say they're sold out for you.
Yeah.
Nokia Theater, is that sold out?
Nokia in L.A. I don't know if it's sold out.
That's February 6th in L.A., Ticketmaster.com. And what do you want to promote here? You're on Twitter, you're everywhere.
That's it, really. I don't know. I'm doing Lopez next week, the show.
Cool. Well, the real Russell P. on Twitter.
That's right.
I'm going to start following you. What the fuck?
Thanks, buddy.
If you got
Yeah.
stories like that, I got to fucking see what you're up to. And RussellPeters.com.
shit, man.
If you're not doing anything, we're here tomorrow. We can
You know what? I love the show, so I'll come in, yeah.
Here, come back tomorrow, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because every time you show up, like we have
something else
Something
going
great
on.
is happening
It's
here.
like-
You're good energy for the show.
Just hang
Is either
out.
tits or psychotic lawyers?
There's either tits or wigs. We'll call it the Tits and Toupee Show.
Bobby, you had no idea it was a wig, right?
Nothing. No, I thought I'm
I
bald,
didn't
so I look
know.
at it jealously. I'm like, wow, I wish I had hair like that.
Yeah.
You
You could for just $10.99.
and I just need that and a nail.
You can also put it upside down and serve jelly beans out of it. Russell's doing Radio City, and I'm doing this weekend. I'll be at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone.
Nice.
So does that mean you can't stop in this weekend?
Well, it's kind of like Radio City.
Funny Bone.
Yeah, without the whole theater vibe.
You said
Sell
to do 18 shows.
What?
Richmond.
What did I say? Why you have to humiliate me?
Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia. I'll be in Richmond.
Why do you have to humiliate? What did he book it?
Thank you, Kenny, for
Teasing you,
running
of
right
course,
in.
James.
It was like he had been waiting right outside for me to make an error so he could correct me.
That's what
He
he
is.
does.
He's ominous.
Yeah, he really is.
He is just the worst.
I like the Richmond G Club.
Sorry,
You love the sound guy there.
I got to officially apologize to Kenny for, having his seat greased up yesterday as we were having lunch at FH Riley's.
What happened?
Oh, my God.
What'd you do?
Larry's across the street from FH? Larry's always in FH. And,
Larry.
and we usually park there because it's easy instead of getting a meter.
Oh, no.
And we parked it nice, and Larry's like, nah, not good enough. And he comes out of the garage, and he's all greasy. He's a mechanic. And I'm like, I knew right off the bat, this isn't good. Larry should not sit in Kenny's fucking truck.
Kenny's
Sits in his truck.
ridiculous.
Fucking parks it differently. We go and have lunch. We come back, and sure enough, there's grease all over Kenny's driver's seat. I'm like, and we all know Kenny is an obsessive.
He's crazy with that truck.
He's an OCD neat freak, and I'm like, this is not good. He goes in and causes a little bit of an issue with Larry, who's sarcastic, right? Well, help me out here, Kenny, because
Kenny's a giant man.
Yeah, I didn't hear the conversation with Larry, but Larry
Very
wasn't
dangerous.
happy that you had to tell him that he got his grease on your seat.
I brought to his attention very politely that he got grease all over my gray leather seat, my brand new truck. And not to mention Bob Kelly, who blew smoke in there last week.
We're still smelling the smoke, Bobby.
What did
Took
he do?
a
Walk
haul
up to the
outside of
window?
the car,
It came
went
in,
into the car,
it came
blew
in with
one.
Bobby.
One smoke.
But we still smell it, and trust me, Kenny's not happy with that. I don't care. It's not
One
my
fucking thing. It was like half a
Doesn't
smoke.
matter. Brand new car, buddy.
Yeah, it doesn't smell new anymore.
Exactly. There's only one diuretic shit on the dashboard.
So Larry wasn't happy, right, Kenny?
Yeah. He came out with another greasy rag.
Yeah, to clean it off. Great.
Yeah. And he goes, what do you mean? It wasn't me. It's a brand new jacket. The guy's covered with grease.
He just smeared it evenly so you can't tell anymore.
So I thought that was the end of it, and Kenny picks me up this morning, and I got into his car, and I went flying forward and fell onto the floor because he got the whole car, I think, detailed.
The armor all?
Yeah, so it's like
A leather cleaner.
So I go, Kenny, you really cleaned it after the Larry incident. He goes, oh yeah, I did as soon as I got home.
GH, I can't subject you to something that hideous.
Oh, yeah, it's all about GH. I think it's about you.
Tell him about the condition of my car when we found it.
Oh, my God. It was parked under a pine tree for a year.
Kenny was having a panic attack when he saw the car.
Turn on the air conditioning, just pine needles and bees come out.
It was buried with pine cones and pine needles. We had to shovel it out.
We did shovel it out. And it didn't start. This is not Kenny's world. It's my world. I'm used to this shit. I don't know. I don't know any different. But Kenny was having some fucking panic attacks yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
But it's okay. I'd do anything for you, GH.
It's amazing.
Hard to follow the King of Jordan story. Kenny had to brush a pine cone off the hood.
Oh, I know. Well, we constantly try.
They get a tree freshener and open it halfway for his car. What's that?
Oh.
I'm not doing it.
I didn't hear it.
You almost.
Hey, Bobby, what are you promoting?
I'm not an asshole.
Everyone promoted. What about you? We're out of here.
I'm promoting a movie.
Oh, fuck the movie. Let's get the fuck out of here. Russell, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Anthony.